Hey there, Russian plants. My name is Zeke Freak, and I don't know what we're talking about, and I haven't for a while. Joining me today are my usual cohorts Kevin, the pride of the West Indies, and Saradin, 453rd in line for the throne of Quebecistan. And together we're going to tell you what you want, what you really, really want. Welcome to the Baka Gaijin show.
Boom. Nice.
I'm actually 431st now.
What? Aw, I haven't been keeping track of the deaths.
I'm 430. Yeah, I was gonna say 431st. Sometimes you just got to move yourself up the line, you know.
Yep.
It takes real ambition, honestly.
It really does. And I got 400 more people to kill. I mean,
Wait patiently to
so,
die mysteriously. Yeah.
Of mysterious
suicide by gunshots in
circumstances
the back
beyond
of the head,
anyone's
you know?
comprehension.
I gotta say, if we have the king of
they called me. They called me Clinton in fucking in fucking high school. So, I just
Why?
A bunch of these people waiting for me. Well, because people who didn't like me suddenly died from suicide to gunshots to the back of the head. Kind of like the whole Epstein thing. So,
As you do.
Yeah, sure, why not?
yeah.
It seems weird that I don't think the Epstein thing happened when you were in high school, but what does time mean anymore?
Yes.
Well, it's not a construct like people like to say it is. I just want to put this one to bed real quick because this is a pet peeve of mine. People say, "Oh, time is a construct." They're trying to be edgy teenagers. No, time is an emergent property and is actually more real than gravity is. In fact, if you actually look at how physics works, time and the fact that we are rotated into that dimension, it is a real dimension, and the fact that we are rotated into it has more to do with the fact that we have mass than the actual gravity does, than the actual warping of space-time does. Interesting stuff. Go look it up on PBS Space-Time. Time is a real thing. How we measure it is the construct.
If I had a nickel for every time that Saradin went off on me about how time is an emergent property and not a construct, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Well, ammonia is a property of matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, having the king of Quebecistan on our podcast would be a big pull.
It would be.
So,
it would be.
Yeah. Also, where the fuck is Quebecistan? I don't know, man. I just got in line.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for my turn.
I love the idea that in line for the throne means literally showed up for the line.
Welcome to the line for the throne of Quebecistan. Please take a ticket and be seated. Your turn will come eventually. You will be called up.
What a weird fucking system of governance Quebecistan has.
Works like a fucking government lobby. It's great.
It works like a fucking mall Santa. I have considered at various points becoming a professional Santa. I think I could do it. Apparently professional Santas bring in the big bucks.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a very specific. There's actually a Santa school. Did you know that?
Just like there's clown college?
I don't think it measures at the clown college, but I'm just that seems I don't want to piss off the clown collegiates, but there's it's a similar sort of thing. It's
was that Road Trip, that movie where you find out that the weird guy? No, that was Grind. That was Grind, where you find out the weird, which is a skateboarding road trip movie. Real classic. We should put it on the list. Honestly, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Kevin, add it to the list.
I will put Grind on the list.
Grind. It's just called Grind.
Okay.
And it is a skateboarding road trip movie. It is fucking awesome. It has some of my favorite lines of dialogue from cinema in it. And you find out that the semi-retarded buddy character is his parents, I think, went to a clown college. So yeah, so they just go to his house at one point, and both of his parents walk out in full clown makeup. Like, this is how they live, like they're nudists or something, but they're clowns instead.
Don't let people know how I live.
That sounds like something from a Disney Channel original movie.
It does.
It's not Brink. Brink was like Grind, but not as good.
Yeah.
Anyway, just moving on. Anyway, but yeah, speaking of clown colleges, I thought you made me think of the movie Grind, which is a good movie, so you should put it on the list. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm just looking up the International University of Santa Claus, the world's largest Santa school, celebrating 4,800 graduates and over 20 years of training support for Santas and Mrs. Clauses.
Oh, and Mrs. Clauses. Ooh, you get a wife with it.
Well, no, you don't. No, you don't get a. It's no. They also train Mrs. Clauses.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any arranged marriages going on at the school, at the International University of Santa Claus.
That would be.
Oh no, this is legit. They got textbooks. They have a long running partnership with Toys for Tots.
Oh wow,
it's like a whole thing.
Impressive.
Yeah. Being a Santa is a real fucking gig.
Serious business.
It's a real part-time job, guys.
Yep. But look, I've heard they make serious bank. I've heard the thing where people request Santas for like parties or that really weird thing people do where they hire Santas to actually like leave shit in their house for their kids to see. That I've heard you can get like $350 an hour for that.
Yeah. It's
obviously they're gigs,
yeah,
but
it's part time because it only happens during one season of the fucking year. Otherwise, nobody gives a shit about Santa Claus.
Look, I'm not saying it's a forever job. I'm just saying it's a good gig.
Yeah, it's a good gig it's a good gig. It's way better than working at GameStop over the holiday season. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I imagine.
Power to the players and fuck our employees. Anyway.
Yep.
Seriously, going in there trying to buy an extra controller for like your GameCube or something is subjecting yourself to like 20 minutes minimum of some poor guy who.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I never even liked going to GameStop the day after Christmas with my gift cards or whatever.
Yeah.
It's too many fucking boomer moms.
Well, boomer moms trying to return shit that they don't understand and not understanding the market, and then there's also just the fact that most employees get paid by commission. They get bonuses based on commission, so that incentivizes them to constantly sell you stuff like a fucking Kirby vacuum cleaner salesman, door-to-door salesman. So you go in to buy a controller or one game, and by the end of it, somebody will have tried to pitch you the entire store, and it's just obnoxious. Yeah. And it's not their fault. That's how they have to. That's how the business is designed to try to make money. But you're always pressured when you go into a GameStop, and I've never enjoyed that.
I'm always like pressured to pre-order something whenever I walk in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, would you like to pre-order this new console and this new package and our subscription plan and
would you like to look at our
rewards plan?
Would you like to look at our new pre-orders?
Video games and if you do that, we'll give you 4 free units of Pocky that we have sitting in the back. And then we'll give you a blanket, and then you can buy this replica Galahorn that's $300 for a piece of plastic that goes beep beep boop boop. Like, it's just like, okay, no, I don't want any of that. I came here to buy a copy.
Would you like a Star-Lord Funko Pop?
Right, yeah, exactly. It's like, would you like a Star-Lord Funko Pop? Please, I need to feed my family. Please buy the Funko Pop. And I'm like,
I need to make rent this month.
I'm sorry. I just came in for a game. Bye.
I'm laughing at this, and I'm also reading the FAQ for the Santa University. Do I have to have a real beard in order to attend school for Santas? No, you do not have to have a beard in order to attend. There are hundreds of professional and volunteer Santas, if not thousands, who wear theatrical beards and wigs. My school teaches it is not the beard, it's not the belly, it's not the red suit, it's what you have in your heart.
Aww.
Right, the one from Miracle on 24th Street was fairly slender for a Santa, and he is one of the best portrayals in all of cinema. So,
God damn it!
Don't gotta be fat.
Correspondence course DVD training equals an associate degree in Santa Clausology. They actually use the term Santa
Clausology.
God, I love the world we live in.
Yeah. Attendance in first workshop is your bachelor's
so much
degree.
Beauty in the world, you know.
If you attend 3 or more workshops, you have an advanced master's degree in Santa Clausology.
Good
And you can
God.
get your doctorate by giving a presentation at a workshop.
Imagine proudly putting that on your resume for like a desk job at like a Fortune 500 company, like, and just having the boss ask, "So what does this qualify you for?"
Ho 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 ho!
Oh, I'm really good with dealing with kids and having them sit on my lap. Well, we are a conservative business, so that is right up our alley.
I like your initiative. It's great.
So, geez, Santa Clausology, I've fucking heard everything. That's it. Podcast over. We're not going to top that.
There's a Santa Claus.
I don't care how many weddings get discussed during the Reddit dive. That's it. We peaked right there.
Yeah.
We're fucking done. Don't leave though. Keep watching the fucking.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep
Don't
going.
leave me.
Yep.
Like, yeah, my GameStop experiences. I thought about when I was a teenager and I needed some extra money around the holidays. I considered working for them because they do a lot of part-time hiring just for the holiday season, for like the 2 or 3 weeks that like people are on like Christmas break or whatever from college. Yeah. So I considered doing that because a couple extra $100 in my bank account just from like one paycheck would have been really nice. At the time, but then I heard that everything is incredibly competitive. Everything is based on commission, and the way they do commissions is fucked up. So an example is, I forget what was the last game I pre-ordered from GameStop.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Honestly don't. I pre-ordered the Titanfall 1 Xbox edition. That's what it was.
Holy shit, that's a while ago.
Yeah, that's the last thing I've ever purchased from GameStop that wasn't like candy or like a knickknack of some kind.
Or a Star-Lord Funko Pop, obviously.
I don't collect Funko Pops.
I didn't say collect them. I'm just saying.
No, I don't buy.
Hey, every now and again, the urge strikes you.
Like they get so much hate, and I have to agree with my buddy Josh that like Funko Pops do fill this weird niche where there is a Funko Pop for literally everything, including the most obscure characters from the most obscure media. So for a lot of fandoms that like, for a lot of those niche fandoms that just want something to represent and display of their favorite niche thing. Funko Pop does have you covered, where a lot of other companies don't have you covered. So
that's my goal. That's my goal. I want to get Killer Connect Funko Pops, Kevin. That's on the bucket list.
I may not like their aesthetic as much or think they're kind of samey, but they do fill a very, very important niche in the community. So
honestly, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. A cone Funko Pop would actually look pretty cool.
I saw a cone head Funko Pop, and I was like, neat. It had to be in a taller box though, which was the funniest part. But anyway, I went into pre-order. So this is how it worked. I went into pre-order the Xbox One Titanfall 1 edition, and I prepaid like $60, which was like the holding fee. And so technically, the person who was at the counter then was the person who made the sale, right? Because I've agreed to pay for it. I have to show up and pay for it. Blah blah blah. They're the one who convinced me to buy it, right? So I gave them the $60, put my pre-order down, and then came back to purchase it. But it was a different person at the counter. When I made the purchase, apparently how it works is the person the final purchase to is the one that gets the commission for the Xbox.
Oh.
So that poor person ahead of time who like actually helped me go through the process of pre-ordering and took my initial money and wrote everything down and was super helpful, they didn't get jack squat. It was only the person that I showed up to, inserted my credit card for, said nothing to, and then walked away with my Xbox that got the commission. So GameStop, at least at that time, their fucking shit was their fucking shit is stupid.
On a related note, I just looked up Star-Lord Funko Pop. There's multiple Star-Lord Funko Pops. It's actually crazy. You got the classic one with the dual pistols or whatever and his raised eyebrow. You got the one with the mask and coat. You got one with the Power Stone. You got one in like casual flannel where he's just holding Groot. You got one where he's piloting a ship. You got Star-Lord classic from like his fucking old original design,
Yeah.
and one with him wearing a Santa Claus hat. And then there's just one where he's just in a shirt, just a normal fucking shirt. It just looks like Chris Pratt in a shirt.
It's just
I was like, but Chris Pratt is cute.
the Chris Pratt Funko Pop.
That's a good question. How many fucking characters? Oh, there's also a solid gold Star-Lord, of course. How many fucking characters of the same act? What's the actor who's had the most characters turned into a Funko Pop?
That is a very good question. We should look into that at some point, but not right now, because that would take up too much time.
I think you're a killjoy, and I want you to get raped by a dog.
I mean, the only dog over here is Max, and he's not really the type.
That's true. He's a little old and feeble.
A little bit.
You know,
Also, he's also a tiny dog.
get him.
You know,
Just get him some ketamine. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
he's roughly football sized.
Really? That's small? That's small?
He's maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger than a football, but
I don't. Kevin, I'm going to ask you a very serious question. Have you ever actually seen a football in real life?
It's the one you put through a hoop, right?
No. Oh, that's something that's lacrosse you're thinking of.
No. Lacrosse is an anime.
Is it?
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. The Super Dimension
Christ.
Fortress Lacrosse.
Oh, right.
The actual fuck out of here.
I really liked in that show when they dunked a checkmate. That was a good time. Yahtzee! You sunk my battleship!
Well.
Glow in the Dark Power Stone Star-Lord Funko Pop is $66, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Honestly, as far as like limited edition Funko Pops go, $66 is actually reasonable.
I suppose so.
Yep.
One of these days, my Star-Lord Funko Pop collection will be complete.
Mayhaps one day in the Sea of Stars.
Yeah, after I get my doctorate in Santa Clausology, I'll be right on that. Add it to my bucket list. Kevin, what have you been doing?
What have I been doing? Well,
what have you been doing?
Well, I didn't talk about anything I've been doing last time we recorded, but because we did a thing where we edited your fanfic. So...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, so, I have 2 weeks of shit to tell you about.
Wow, I'm high expectations. Everyone is fucking... We expect a lot.
Well, first fucking things first, I beat Portal.
Do we? It's heaven.
Yep, I beat Portal, I beat SpongeBob. Both very good games, Portal is a very fun little puzzle platformer. Very, very much my thing. I loved it.
Little.
Yep. Currently going through DuckTales Remastered. Gonna just blow through a huge chunk of it after we're done with the podcast today. And after I go to the store to get groceries. But there's that. Not this week, but last week, I went and saw Shin Ultraman with Cube the Third and our mutual friend Jake. Shin Ultraman is really, really good. It is very clearly Hideaki Anno just having the time of his life making his own version of the original Ultraman.
Sure.
It is just a super fun, super entertaining love letter to the original Ultraman series. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really good. I actually put Shin Ultraman on the movie night list so that, at some point we'll get to that. I do recommend it.
Does it have Tom Hanks in it?
Nope.
Oh, well.
Sir, this is a Japanese movie with Japanese actors.
He's been in weird things. I think he fucking lives in New Zealand. He's close by.
But okay. But New Zealand isn't close to Japan. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's closer than here!
He's got a point.
It's in the neighborhood.
I'm going to break into your house and make you feel unsafe.
Come at me, bitch. I got guns.
No, not you, him.
What? Why am I? What? I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit.
You're the one asking if Tom Hanks is an Ultraman.
Shin Ultraman. I know he's not in the original Kevin.
Okay, alright.
Fucking idiot. Fucking dipshit. What do you take me for? Some kind of scrub?
Right. But no, yeah, Shin Ultraman is really, really, really good. I also got, while I was there, I also got a manga, Lupin the Third Greatest Capers.
You bought a manga at the movie theater?
No, there was like a Books A Million, like down the street from it.
I'm looking for, you know, I'm waiting until they open Books A Billion, and then I think they'll finally have what I want.
Finally.
Yep.
BAB instead of BAM.
Bab.
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 Hey, you want to go to Bab?
Nope.
I would love it if it's not even the same people. It's just different people. It's like, yeah, well, we're Books A Billion. And then someone's like, yeah, well, we're Books A Trillion. We have all the fucking books.
We have so many fucking books!
Oh, with the Library of fucking Alexandria up in this bitch.
Yep. I finished season 1 of Baka Monogatari as well as watched the Kizu Monogatari movies.
Sure.
I like Monogatari, Charlie! I like Monogatari!
About fucking time.
I wouldn't yell that out loud outside, but okay.
Yep. No, oh god. The Kizu movies are so good. Like,
Oh,
geez,
really?
Yeah, dude, holy shit.
Tom Hanks in them?
I am going to break into your house!
Just saying. I don't think they got Tom Hanks in them.
If he Zeke's gonna come home one day and just like go home, and then he's gonna go to sleep, and then he's gonna hear outside of your door, 1 is binding, 2 is loose, 3 is binding. Nobody watches The Lockpicking Lawyer, do you?
I have not.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
But he's just gonna fucking hear like somebody fucking trying to lockpick his house, and then obviously fail because I doubt that Kevin could actually succeed at lockpicking.
No. I'm already gonna be in here. I'm already gonna be in there. I'm gonna be underneath the bed, and I'll just slide out from underneath, just smiling devilishly. Just hello.
I don't think either of you know anything about my room. You're making a lot of assumptions.
Okay, I'll hide in one of the corners.
Wow. Okay, I can't even begin to tell you how impossible that would be.
I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
Every corner of this room is occupied with something. This corner has a desk in front of a dresser. That corner has a side table shoved against the wall by my bed. That corner has a bookshelf, and on top of that bookshelf is a bunch of stacks of manuals and boxes and tins and consoles and shit. And in that corner, there's a bunch of fucking boxes I should probably throw away, but I won't because I'm terrified if I need to return something. And that's the only. I think that's the only.
You ever tried
corner.
cleaning your fucking room or something?
No, I need. This is where I keep my stuff. This is a
but
perfectly reasonable layout.
It could be like organized.
Yes, I organize them in the corners.
Oh.
That's where the stuff is kept.
He knows what he do. He knows.
Yeah. I got
I'm
a
still judging
system.
him.
I figured it out when I was 14, and I haven't changed since.
But yeah, watch Shin Ultraman. That was really good. Been playing Duck.
Can't wait for Knee Ultraman, or maybe even Ankle Ultraman.
Shut up. Actually, up next is Shin Kamen Rider. That's coming out in Japan in a couple of months. I hope we get a US
what's your
theatrical
favorite body
release.
part?
Shut up.
I'm just wondering.
You know, funny thing is, this is actually
You are gatekeeping.
technically speaking, this is the second Shin Kamen Rider to exist. The first one was in the 1990s, and that was a direct-to-video movie where
that's no longer Shin. That's pretty not Shin anymore.
it's the previous Shin Kamen Rider was barely a Kamen Rider at all. It was more of a like Cronenbergian body horror movie.
Interesting.
Very interesting take on Kamen Rider. He doesn't even ride a motorcycle.
What? Great. What does he ride? A unicycle?
Would be much funnier.
Thanks for that mental image.
I'll point out that in my mind I was thinking about the Auric fucking like motor unicycle and not like a normal fucking circus unicycle.
Right.
Does he ride a Segway?
They should do that.
They should do that for one of the newer Kamen Riders. They should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a whole thing with a lot of the newer Kamen Riders is that a lot of them don't usually use motorcycles, simply because it's...
Then what do they ride?
I don't know!
Probably electric bike, sponsored by e-bike. Whatever the company, I forget now.
Yeah, no, apparently, regulations in Japan regarding like off-road motorcycles and shit have changed, and that's resulted in a lot of Kamen Rider series having a hard time figuring out how to actually get the Kamen Riders to do riding on the bikes and shit. So, whatever. But no, yeah, give me a moment.
We got a mome. Deal with it.
Okay. All right. I've actually stalled on my rewatch of Gao Gaigar for the time being. I'm gonna get back to that like next couple days.
Money well spent.
Hey.
You said it,
It's
not
a work
me.
in progress.
You're a work in progress.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Damn, so much positivity up in this show.
We are all a work in progress. That is our lot as human beings.
Except Tom Hanks, he's a finished person.
True. He is perfection.
Yeah, he's been sculpted out of the finest clay.
Yeah, finished Monogatari. Mike sat me down and had me watch the first 5 episodes of Fruit of Grisaya. That's pretty good.
I remember that he strapped you to the chair. It was kind of disturbing, actually.
Yeah, it was just like he just sat me down. As like, we're watching Grisaya. I'm like, okay. For first 5 episodes were pretty good. It
It only gets better. That's the thing. That's the thing too. Like I will say, it has probably one of the slowest burns of slowest initial burns of any series I've ever watched. But once it gets going, it never stops.
Okay, I've seen slower burns for 1, and 2. Honestly, I kind of feel like the pacing is too fast. Actually.
Really?
Yes! I actually think the pacing of the anime is too fast. It just feels like it just shifts from one major moment to the next without a whole lot of, like, development in between. I don't know. Maybe it was just that one arc. I don't know. But, I feel like there should have been a much more gradual development there. But,
I mean, sure, it's not a perfect series by any means, but its high points, to me, vastly outweigh any of its legitimate criticism. Also, the first season is not as good as the second one. It's one of those rare cases where the second season
Oh,
is
you mean the
actually
third
far
season?
better than the first one.
Bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the first season is not as good as the other ones, so...
Yeah, because remember the second season is like a fucking singular OVA.
That's just how Crunchyroll organizes it. That's not actually a full...
Zeke, what are you doing?
It's, I was singing some fucking Simple Plan. I forget which band is that.
Well, okay.
I'm a musical man, you know this.
I do.
Alright, Kevin, we haven't gone all day. Hurry the fuck up. Come on.
I know, I am.
Keep talking. Podcast has to go.
Black sheep.
Yeah, fucking... What the... email? Oh, it's that shit.
Kevin, speaking of fucked up Crunchyroll listings, you ever looked at the listing for Strike the Blood? It's pretty stupid.
No, I have not. I have not seen the listing for Strike the
Blood.
Blood.
Because according to Crunchyroll, it goes... According to Crunchyroll, it goes Season 1, Season 5, Season 9.
What? They're
They don't even have any. They only have the first season and the first OVA, and yet somehow,
just like the different language versions. Yeah,
yeah,
they do
somehow
that for
it
a
goes-
bunch of series.
I guess they used to have more languages or something, and then they got rid of them. So now it just says season 1, season 5, season 9. It's fucking stupid.
Jesus.
One of the biggest dumb fucking thing is that they have Love Live, the original, like the original Love Live anime. They have season 2, not season 1.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah. They used to have season 1 of the original Love Live. They don't.
I know. I watched it when it was airing, or I watched it years ago, and now it's just gone.
Yep, gone. Just
What's that one show? Fucking, I think Takagi, where every season is on a different fucking
Yes!
streaming service.
yes, fucking. Season 1 is on Crunchyroll, season 2 is on Netflix, and season 3 is on High Dive.
Man, being a Takagi fan is expensive.
And seasons 1 and 3 share a dubcast. Season 2 has a completely different dubcast.
Time Crunchyroll dubbed season 2 of Free before season 1.
I do, yes, and it results in like they fucked that. Oh my god! If you're watching the dub of Free, it's hilarious because because they fucked up the dub of the second season and had to go back and do the first season later. The first season is actually a very straightforward, kind of a dry dub, but it's very faithful. And then you just jump into the second season and everyone's talking like a fucking dude bro.
So funny.
Oh, Crunchyroll.
I don't
At least
know.
your mistakes are hilarious.
I don't know if it exists anymore, but there used to be like a fucking free dub lines Twitter account.
No, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. That account was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, my ghetto came out. I remember that was one of them.
Classic.
That's fucking genius.
Yeah.
J. Michael Tatum, everybody!
Yep.
Look, we all know he peaked with Future Diary and Steins Gate, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I rewatched a silent movie the other night. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. That movie is 103 years old.
Yeah, I had to watch it for film appreciation.
Yeah, honestly, I like it. I think it's a good movie.
I don't remember much about it.
Yeah, honestly, like it just has such an interesting like set design, and like considering that this was fucking 1920, it is amazing how how solid it is as like a psychological horror movie.
Sure.
Yep. I recommend checking it out again if you haven't. It's really, really good. Also,
What's that one old movie where they accidentally drowned a bunch of homeless people?
I know there was like a 1920 something or other silent film version of Noah's Ark that flooded the set and accidentally
Might have been the one.
Yeah, and accidentally killed a bunch of extras.
Yeah, crazy.
Yep.
Classic Hollywood.
Just as God intended.
Yeah.
They were going for ultra realism, guys.
This is
Yeah,
a
man.
literal act
They
of
were literally
God.
going-
They don't make them
ultra
like they
realism.
used to. Hollywood used to commit.
Hollywood used to fucking hang midgets in the back. Like, was that Wizard of Oz rumor?
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
confirmed?
No.
Or is that just eternally just like,
That's an urban myth. That's an urban myth.
it's an urban myth? Okay.
Well, it's going to be legitimized because I'm making it the title.
Back in my day when we wanted to do Noah's Ark, we actually fucking committed genocide. Just like Jehovah intended.
When they did Passion of the Christ, they should have actually flogged and hung that guy.
Can't believe we're finally getting Passion of the Christ 2.
Crucify this with Chris Tucker? I know, I can't fucking wait. You ever use one of these? You ever use one of these? You're pretty good, man. That's what my ex-wife said.
I can't. I can't believe the timeline we live in.
I want so badly for it to just be a buddy cop film and have nothing to do with the original. Oh god!
But yeah,
how do you even make a sequel to that? Because now I've never seen The Passion, but I'm assuming it ends with his death.
It ends with his death and his resurrection.
Okay, so the story of Christ is over, unless the Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, he literally resurrects at the very end of the movie. Spoilers for
spoilers
for the Bible, I guess.
How dare you! So like looking at the original story, like the only thing they could really do is maybe make it kind of like one of those, make it like the Wakanda Forever of Christian movies, where it's like, okay, the main character's dead, so now we have to try to fill it with a bunch of apostles doing apostle shit as they cope and struggle with the death of their savior. Like,
possibly, I'm thinking in
like,
the other
that's
direction.
The only thing. I mean, there is story in the Bible about their actions after his death, and I guess you could extrapolate on that. But like,
sure,
like that's all I can imagine the sequel would be.
You're not thinking.
Be nowhere in it.
You're not thinking,
having fever dreams about him.
I wouldn't rule that out, but you're not thinking Mel Gibson crazy enough. I think it's going to be a modern day piece, and it's going to be titled The Second Coming of Christ.
Okay, yeah, all right. I
mean,
hate to admit it, but you're probably right, because Mel Gibson's is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Devil racist Mel Gibson's.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy ass Mel Gibson, have y'all seen Fat Man?
No.
You should. I'll put it on the movie. I'll put it on the movie night list.
I've seen the Hiroshima bombing. If that's what you mean.
No. What? No.
Oh, is Fat Man the one with Oh, what's his name? The guy from The Mummy.
Oh, Mark Nelson.
No. Also no.
Okay, I'm curious. I was legitimately curious because I know there's a movie
No, you're thinking about The Whale.
The Whale. Okay, that's right. Okay, that's the movie I'm thinking.
No.
I was like, that was Mel Gibson? What the fuck?
No. That was Brendan Fraser.
Why did A24 come anywhere close to him?
No. Fat Man.
I mean, I know they like insane human beings directing their films, but
no.
But like,
Fat Man.
Seriously,
Fat Man is a movie where Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus in the modern day, and because so many people are on the naughty list.
You got a degree of Santa Clausology?
I thought that. I was gonna say. I thought that. Wait. I also thought that was Billy Bob Thornton.
No, it was not. That was Mel Gibson in that role. Mel
Gibson is Santa Claus.
Yeah, and that is a movie where Santa, there are so many people on the naughty list that Santa literally can't. And like the economy is like absolutely fucked his.
Another one using
operation.
Twitter. No presents for you this year.
Another one, and like the economy has fucked his entire business sideways. So he actually has to start like developing like fighter jet parts for the military at his workshop. And there's this crazy kid who got coal from Santa last year, and he hires a hitman who was never given the toy he wanted from Santa Claus as a kid to go and kill Santa. And then there's a fucking shootout, and it's I need to show you Fat Man. That movie is insane.
That was... Oh my god. My god, I'm actually down for that. That sounds hilarious. That sounds
need to show you Fat Man.
That sounds fucking amazing. Also, this is what happens when a person is poor. The only movies they have access to are shit that's in the fucking bargain bin.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just saying that your expertise in obscure...
I watched it in another server, okay?
...is unbelievable. And I have to believe it's because a lot of the movies you end up purchasing are either free because they're or not because they're terrible, but they're free, so you get a lot of terrible shit in there, or they're just easily accessible. Because like you are a savant of horrid fucking obscure.
Look, I like weird shit. I like weird movies. I just like weird movies.
I just want to. I'm doing my Bing. I'm doing my daily Bing shit. I just want to point out the daily Bing poll today is fucking rigged.
Oh.
It's not even a question. It just says cold brew is better than iced coffee. Cold brew all the way or iced coffee every day. Like, what?
This is literally just a matter of opinion. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's not. Well, yeah, that's what the poll is. I'm just saying they're both cold.
Yeah. Yeah, but the way that they're, the way that they're prepared is like dramatically different, though.
I don't understand what you're what.
Okay, so like cold brew coffee is literally just like a regular cup of coffee, but it's been brewed in cold water. And iced coffee.
How do you brew in cold water?
Very carefully. And iced coffee is hot coffee that's been chilled and then poured over ice.
So you're telling me they're both cold?
The effect for each is different, sir.
I feel like the end result is the same. The coffee
Not
is
really.
cold.
Not really.
The coffee is cold, Kevin. If it's the same fucking coffee, how it gets cold does it fucking matter?
There is a certain... There's like chemistry shit that I don't know about, but it does result in...
My question is, what fucking like person can taste the legitimate difference? Because I've never been able to fucking taste
this is fucking autistic, Kevin. This is some shaken versus stirred bullshit.
I guess. Anyway, another thing...
Kevin, what's your favorite? What's your favorite of these?
No. That coffee. One you can... That one you actually... I will defend that one. That one you actually can tell the difference in, because shaking it breaks down ice, and it dilutes the alcohol much more with water.
Yeah,
because...
but I'm referencing that one channer who did a scientific study on it, and they found it was like a 0.0014% difference. That's all what I was referencing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I prefer iced coffee.
And then it ends with, so I've concluded that Bond must be deeply autistic to determine a difference this small.
But no, yeah, you and I, Zeke, we've been playing through the original Borderlands. That's a ton of fun. Having a great time with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been wanting to go through the series with you. And I always like, I love excuses to play through. I've been looking for excuses to play through these games again because there's multiple character classes to go through. Yeah. So, and most of them I haven't. The only one I've beaten twice is 2. So I'd like to play as other characters in the other ones. Yeah, good opportunity to do so. Honestly, I would legitimately say that because the first game definitely feels like a tech demo for the later ones, I would generally recommend, if somebody wants to start with 2, I'd say that's perfectly fine. But I think it's an important piece of the franchise history, so might as well go through it. And when else am I ever going to do it again?
I really enjoyed the weapon balancing of 2 better. They tightened the parameters a bit, so there's not so many useless guns.
Yeah.
Because in Borderlands 1, they were like, just open the parameters wide fucking open, and what you end up with is
it was a new system. You know,
and what you end up with is just weapons that don't make any fucking sense. With Borderlands 2, they refined the
my favorite thing about Borderlands 1 guns is when you get a sniper rifle with a bayonet on it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But to be fair, it kind of makes sense. I could see a fucking dumb bandit being dumb enough to put a bayonet on a sniper rifle.
Yeah. Just like, that's not going to do you much good, buddy. But no, yeah, going through Borderlands 1 is really fun. I also have, like, 2 pre-sequel and 3, like the base game of 3 on EGS, and... Yeah.
Add whatever you don't have, add it to like a wish list or something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because we need you got to buy the Commander Lilith DLC for 2 separately. That doesn't come in Handsome Collection.
Ah, okay,
okay. And then both season passes for 3.
I mean, the Commander Lilith DLC is like pretty cheap, right?
No, and like normally it's the same price as the other one. It's like $10, I think.
Okay, that's not too bad actually.
Yeah, but I'd recommend getting it on sale if possible.
Oh yeah, like. Yeah. Whenever EGS has a sale on that, I'll pick it up.
I actually need to do that as well, because I have it on PlayStation, because they gave it out for free when the week BL3 came out.
Right.
But I didn't have it on Steam yet.
But yeah, And we can actually like cross play between them because Gearbox has like their own middleman service where you could just like link your Steam or EGS or whatever to that, and then like friend each other there, and you could just play between like Steam and EGS. So like
on Gearbox.
Yep. So like we're just gonna do that.
Yeah. When we get to that, yeah.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah, playing through Borderlands 1 has been a lot of fun. And the other day, on like Thursday, I just like the USB-C that I used to charge my phone finally broke, so I asked my roommate if he had one lying around, and he spent 20 minutes looking around for a USB-C, and right in the middle of everything, he just walks out of his bedroom and hands me a stack of 5 Sega Genesis games and says, "Here, have these." So I guess I just own 5 Sega Genesis games now, without a Sega Genesis.
Which ones? And is one of them Echo the Dolphin?
No, I have Batman Forever, The Lion King, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Sonic Spinball, and Tom and Jerry Frantic Antics.
Frantic Antics is a cool name.
It is. I like that name, actually. No, yeah,
Game good?
No, I've heard it's shit, but,
Yeah.
Look, it's a Tom and Jerry game that came out in, like, fuck, I don't even know when this fucking came out, like, 94? I don't fucking know. But anyway, I just have 5 Sega Genesis games now. Great, thanks. Maybe, I think, like, 3 of these are good. But, yeah, no, I have that, interestingly. And on Friday I got scam called by someone pretending to be, like, fucking Medicaid or Medicare, and, I muttered a swear word under my breath to the clearly pre-recorded audio, and that the pre-recorded audio said, "I'm sorry, you do not need to speak to me that way. Goodbye," and then hung up. So, that happened. Aside from that, not really a whole terrible lot else.
Sure.
So, pass this over to Sheridan because it's been a while. What have you been up to?
Been a while.
Been a while.
Been a while.
I did it first.
No, that's fair.
Nailed it.
I win, you lose. Anyway, I went camping last weekend. It was kind of wet and miserable. If it hadn't been wet, it would have been fine. But the wetness just added to the misery of it.
It was also fucking cold.
Well, like I said, I had everything I needed to, but then also I realized that the forecast was wrong. The forecast put the temperature in like the 20s, and it ended up being 5 degrees outside, which I could survive in my tent, but it would have been very little sleep and hyper miserable. So I ended up sleeping in my car, which was not intended. So overall, kind of a bad trip. I should have gone like this weekend, but I ended up going camping last weekend, which is why I wasn't here. As far as things that I've been doing, I don't know, man. A lot of work. I've been working on my art too. Recently, it is the Year of the Rabbit, and bunny suits are in, so been doing a lot of that.
Makes sense.
And I did apply for the Hololive 4th Fest Convention Expo in Japan. I will find out whether or not I have received one of the lottery tickets, or won the lottery for a ticket sometime early next week. So you'll find out next show if I got one or not.
Okay.
I do not anticipate that I will. The pool is large and the selection is few, so my odds are not great. But if I do, then it'll just enhance my trip. I'm going to Japan mid-March either way.
Okay.
To at least hang out with other fans and, fucking see Japan and stuff, eat delicious food. And I've decided that if I don't get into 4th Fest, if I don't get into any of the venues, I'm going to spend that last weekend going to one of their amusement parks. I have no intention of going to Tokyo Disneyland because I've heard it's constantly overcrowded.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, where in Japan?
And I know that Japanese people like don't mind waiting in super long lines. They're just extremely patient people.
Yeah.
But I'm fucking American and I don't like that shit. So I do not want to be stuck at Disneyland waiting in lines for entertainment that is mostly geared towards children and families. So not terribly interested in doing that. I may try to go to Universal Studios Japan though, because that would be a little bit more up my.
Isn't Universal Studios Japan the one that has like that big Mario area?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm thinking about. That being
Yeah.
said, it's a tourist destination, a huge one. So
Universal Studios, they put you in the movies.
It's probably going to be crowded there too. Honestly, what I'm thinking about doing is going to whatever amusement park has Steel Dragon 2000.
Yeah, I'm sorry, real quick, but
because it's the world's longest steel coaster.
Ooh,
and
nice.
I'm much more interested in just basic thrill rides than I am in things like full cinematic experiences.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons I've never had an itch to go back to Disney World. It's like those are fun if you're with family or kids, but like I just like to go fast and spin hard. Okay, I'm not complicated. I don't care how immersive. I don't care if you can make me feel like Spider-Man is tickling my balls in a fucking game or in a fucking ride. Okay, I don't care. I just want to go fast.
Yeah.
So I may try one of those for tickets for one of those parks while I'm there.
Yeah, speaking of the Mario,
if I don't get into the expo.
Yeah, speaking of the Mario thing in like the Universal Studios Japan versus like Universal Studios Florida, apparently, so like someone did a comparison between like the Peach's Cake thing.
Can we not talk about Peach's Cake on stream, please?
No, like an actual cake, okay?
I don't fucking believe you, but all right.
Like
I think you just want to talk about Peach's ass.
No, that's I can do that anytime. Yeah, someone compared Peach's Cake from Universal Studios Japan, which is actually like this fucking big, extravagant cake that looks exactly like it does at the end of Mario 64, and compared it to the one from Universal Studios Florida, which is just this dinky little pink cupcake. And someone just paired that with the fucking meme of Mario, do not come to the castle. I baked an absolutely shit cake. Just completely fucked it up.
But yeah, I'll be traveling to Japan in March. I'll be gone for a week. And I'll be meeting with some fans and doing a bunch of traveling around. I've got a couple of Japanese the fans who are willing to take me around to different places and hang out with me, so as well as hopefully some EN fans who get to go. So we'll find out if I get into the festival or not, and if I don't, I'll just give some people some money and be like, buy me some fucking merch, and then I'll go to an amusement park for that day.
Okay.
Which sounds perfectly fine to me. I have no complaints about that. Yeah, so that's what's gonna be happening soon. I have to buy my tickets tomorrow, plane tickets and hotel and stuff like that. Outside of that, been playing more Magic, and honestly, I haven't done a whole lot else. New Sword Art Online movie, the second part to the Aria,
Sure.
or the second part to the progressive retelling is coming out soon. I think we're all planning on going to. I think some of us are planning on going to see that. So kind of jazzed about that. The first one was good, and the second one apparently, I don't know if it's going to be 3 movies or 2 movies. Either way, so I've got plans to go see that soon. I have not beaten any games. I have tried to fucking play Elden Ring, and then realizing that, oh, you decided to build a melee build? Because we won't let you build an archery build. Archery sucks in this game. Sorry. It can only ever be like a utility secondary.
Yeah.
Because we suck. And then, you didn't decide to put magic into your build as a main focus? Well, this last boss is going to be damn near impossible. And I've just been ramming my head against it a few times each day to try to learn the attack patterns and everything. And the final boss of Elden Ring can suck my fucking nads.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a hard time against Godfrey, but you eventually figured that one out. But like the last boss is just
that one was
bullshit.
just RNG. Like, the thing with him is that I have to get him to focus on me more than my Mimic Tier, because
Right.
I'm smart enough to dodge. My Mimic Tier is not. So my Mimic Tier can only ever take so many hits from, or so many attacks from him. And if he just decides to focus on it, like, my Mimic Tier just dies too quickly, and I need something to distract him. And that's the problem. Is like, I just had to hope RNG was like making the AI focus on me more than my Mimic Tier. And when it did that finally, I beat it easily. But yeah, the problem with the end bosses is that they're extremely aggressive. They're extremely aggressive, extremely high damage. They do not give you an opportunity to strike at close range very often. They can all combo kill you. So trying to at close range. So trying to get close is kind of a fool's errand. So, you know, I feel like I'm playing this game on hard mode. I'm playing a fucking Souls game on hard mode. Because I decided to build my character the same way I've built every other fucking character in Souls history. And it doesn't also help that they've nerfed half the fucking things in my build. Like, Rivers of Blood was a good weapon. The Pole Blade was a good weapon. And then they were like, you know what would be great? If we didn't let melee bleed characters have any fun whatsoever. Let's nerf all their weapons.
Yeah.
Because it used to be one of the best builds and about the only viable melee build. They made it unviable because, for some fucking reason, dumb fucking reason. The reason which I will never understand or agree with, but it is what it is. So now I'm having a hell of a time trying to beat the final boss. But whatever. My fault for waiting too fucking long to finally beat this game. But yeah. So I've just been trying to ram my head against that for a while, and it's I would say it's been pleasant, but it hasn't been.
Yep.
But I mean, I can't wait to get into New Game Plus, because like when you get into New Game Plus, the half of the fucking game is going to be a fucking breeze.
Yeah, Zeke made a very good point when we were watching you try to beat the final boss the other night, where it's like the opinions of people who have played a lot of Elden Ring and actually beaten Elden Ring are very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but Game of the Year.
Sure.
No, it deserves it.
It does.
It deserves it. It's just like it's not quite, the balance isn't perfect. And to be fair, like, Souls games have never had perfect balance. Again, you cannot be an archer.
Yeah.
Unless you're fucking insane. Like, if you don't mind dying over and over and over, and also never being able to defeat any enemy that has a tower shield, literally ever, then you can be an archer. But I'm not fucking insane like that, and I like to be able to grind experience, so it's not for me. But archery is just too damn weak for that game, and that makes me sad because I always prefer to be an archer in RPGs. But, you know, Souls games have never allowed you to be a viable archer unless you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring doesn't even let you be a fucking melee build anymore, which is frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just things I'm dealing with right now. Nothing else really going on. Makes sense.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, then.
So,
I guess I'll
over to you.
take over. I'll take it over.
Take it away!
Yep. Right now I'm doing my fucking 30 Bing searches or whatever for my goddamn points. But I can do that while I talk. Yeah, so the new season started. Honestly, kind of I'm not watching as many other things I thought I would watch, just because I haven't been in a super anime mood lately.
Yeah, the only anime that I'm keeping up with are Onima and Nagatoro. That's about it.
I'm watching Nagatoro. I'm watching Danmachi Season 4 is back, and it's fucking great. And then I'm still watching, this is a holdover from last season, but I'm still watching To Your Eternity Season 2. That's kind of it, honestly. I was going to watch Onimai before they fucking censored it, and I just don't care enough to find uncensored fan subs of it.
Yeah, I just use the cat website. I don't even bother with Crunchyroll with that show. I've been watching Onimai. That's really good. On the subject of Onimai, I find it really funny that during the preview, one of the reviewers was just like, "Look, I appreciate what Studio Bind does. I appreciate their direction. I appreciate their animation. I appreciate the level of love and detail that they put into their work. I just wish they didn't use their powers for evil."
Use their powers for evil.
And they just pair it with a fucking warped image of Mermaid Man going, "Evil!"
That was me. I added that.
Oh, did you?
Yes, that was me.
You know what? I gave ANN a little bit too much credit. Well done.
No, that was. I don't know how the fuck you saw that and didn't think I added that.
Okay.
It wasn't even a clean edit. I added that.
But no, that's.
It was me, Barry.
No, that's funny. But the person who's actually they got the best person to review Onimai, Kim Morrissey.
Yeah.
Who was like, okay.
No. According to them, they got the only person who wanted to.
Yeah, and Kim Morrissey was like, okay, hear me out. Onimai's the best show of the season.
Somebody literally asked her. It's like, did they give you this because nobody else wanted to? And they're like, if you're asking if I'm the only one on staff that liked it, yes.
You know what? You know what? Fair.
Can't believe they came out with a Theron Martin 2.
The person on the staff who liked fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Theron Martin 2.
And I haven't seen the show, so I don't know that for certain. But I'm just going from the previous MO.
But no, yeah, Kim Morrissey's pretty cool. He's
the show
pretty
is
cool.
fun, interesting, and challenges preconceived notions about modern society. Nah, we can't fucking have that, even though that's what we claim to want to do.
A take of the pure strain otaku syrup.
Right.
Oh, that takes me back. Ooh, that's a throwback.
Tom Hanks is trending. I'm gonna take credit for that.
You did that.
Of course, he's also trending with Epstein Island, so...
Okay, maybe you didn't do that.
To be determined. Right. So anyway, I'm watching those. I made a video.
You did?
It's pretty good. There's another video I want to make, but I gotta wait till I'm home alone because it involves a lot of yelling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do more writing. I've been playing Borderlands with you. I'm trying to get back into Dota 2. That's a thing I've been doing on and off. That's a learning curve. Getting back into that. And just last night I started a while ago, but now I'm committing to it. I started playing Black Mesa again. So that's something to focus on until Cosmic Shade comes out later this month.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's about it, yeah. Basically, just more games. I played a little more Spyro. I played a little bit of Pronti. It's just, yeah. Oh, also we finished all the campaign shit for Left 4 Dead 2.
We did. That was a lot of fun. That was fun.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna go through the first game's levels and then probably some custom shit.
Yep.
Yeah. But not right now.
Yes.
I say Sam I am. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just filling time until some stuff comes out. Yeah, that's what I've been up to. And now it's time for a new thing.
Oh, before we continue, I want to talk about pay proper respects. So get ready to press F, everybody.
Sure.
Halo is dead.
Kinda.
And I don't want to make this a super long segment, but
right, yeah, okay, go ahead.
two major pieces of news have come out recently. First, the head director of 343 and probably the only anchor still holding that company together at this point, in any form of leadership, has left. And the studio, Microsoft, has made the decision to take the studio off of active development of Halo games for the future. Now, whether that means they're still chained to Halo Infinite, I wasn't clear on based on the articles, but all future titles will be developed by third parties, and 343 will basically be like lore keepers and like the people that make sure that everything still feels like Halo.
Yeah.
Sure.
But they're but as it stands, Halo Infinite is essentially going to be a dead game. It already has incredibly shrunk player base.
I can't wait for the death of the game video on this one.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
And now it's going to be taken over by third parties, which could be a good thing. I think the funniest idea that came out of this was the idea that they would go and commission to make a Halo game again. Which won't happen because they're owned by Sony, and there's no way Sony would allow them to build a Halo game if it wasn't on Sony, and then Microsoft would be like, yeah, no, fuck you. But it would be fucking funny.
Oh yeah, I just checked Nerdslayer's account 18 hours ago. 343 screwed up the Halo franchise. I'm going to do a video detailing how.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
There's a lot of I think the only actual statement that can be made about that, realistically, is that they screwed up Halo Infinite.
He also retweeted the Marvel's Avengers announcement, like, I thought it wasn't an online game though. Remember when they told us that?
Yep. I think their major misstep, if you actually look at all the details, the major misstep was just Halo Infinite. I don't think they screwed up Halo 4 or 5. I think they made small mistakes here or there, but it was nothing that was like so terrible that it destroyed the game or its franchise popularity. It wasn't until that it destroyed its franchise popularity.
Yeah.
We waited extra long for this one. We waited like 7 years for this game, which is the longest gap in between any Halo game. And I don't count Halo Wars 2 because that doesn't fucking count. We waited 7 years for Halo Infinite, and it was a giant letdown from the gate with tons of misdirection and bad concepts and just every mistake that could be possibly made by a studio in a franchise this big was made. And so they're going to be taking a step back. So whatever that video says about Halo 4 and 5, I'm going to vehemently disagree, because the only thing I can find are nitpicks.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't do it exactly how I wanted it to, or exactly how Bungie did it. I'm like, okay, who the fuck
I'm gonna post a picture. I didn't even. This is Nerdslayer's profile picture. This guy has some fucking Shirley Temple ass hair. I never realized.
The fuck is that?
His hair is like the curliest. That is some fucking Shirley Temple ass hair.
It is.
Yeah, every decision from the disconnected story from previous entries to the new engine, the fact that they focused on trying to build an esport, we could go down a whole rabbit hole about how you can't force a game to be an esport.
Yeah.
And you especially can't force a lackluster game to be an esport. The thing that makes a good esport is you have to have a large fan base that is very loyal to the game, which means you have to build a really good game first with balanced mechanics.
Yep.
And fun gameplay that you could play for hours on end and actually stand to grind and get better at. And if you don't do that, if that's not your goal going in, is to build a good game, if you're trying to build an esport, you will ultimately. We've seen it over and over again in history.
Yeah.
And so, but the fact that they focused on being an esport and changing the game from a fun, casual shooter that any Xbox player can pick up and play to being a hyper-competitive, skill-based matchmaking experience is just the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So they fucked it. They fucked Halo Infinite completely up. I think the fact that MLG left Halo after Halo 4 has never... The wounds from that have never healed on 343's part, and they've been trying to chase esports fame ever fucking since.
Dear gamers, don't play Halo Infinite. I made an absolutely dog shit game. Just completely fucked it up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. You know, I still think Halo can continue.
Yeah.
Again, there's so much rich lore and interesting concepts and fun gameplay benchmarks, or fun gameplay standards that it has held for so long. I think the franchise can be saved. And every series, I don't care what your opinion is, every game franchise series in history has had one terrible game in it.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Sakurai has had 2 of them. Brawl and Smash 4 were both fucking awful. Well, Smash 4 was fine until Bayonetta, and then Bayonetta completely ruined the game.
Yeah, what's the meta, Bayonetta?
Bayonetta, yeah. So Smash 4 was okay until Bayonetta, and then Bayonetta. Brawl was just terrible.
Yeah,
so Sakurai's
decision...
had arguably 2 bad games, and Smash is still incredibly popular as a franchise. Because they came back and they fixed what they fucked up. So I fully agree that I fully think that Halo can come back from the ashes. I just think it's going to take different leadership, different direction, and going back to the grassroots. Make a fun, easy to pick up, casual game that's focused on fun, and then trickle in over time some elements that can make it more competitive, special game modes and stuff like that. But don't focus on that.
Yeah.
Like, also, the issue with esports is that only less than 1% of your player base, even in something like League of Legends, less than 1%, like less than 1% of 1% of your players ever aspire to be professional level esporters.
Yeah.
And anyone who says "Oh, I'm going to be a professional esporter," yeah, everyone likes to say that until you actually have to put in the work, and then most of them give up after like not reaching platinum or whatever. Yeah. And so when I talk about the people who are actually dedicated enough to push their limits and become esports champions, less than 1% of 1% of any game, even the most popular esports game, end up really pursuing that. And the rest of them are just there to have fun. So if you build a game for 1% of 1% of your fucking fan base, and in doing so you alienate the other 99.9%, you have failed as a game development company who intends to profit. So that's the thing that all companies need to realize going forward, is you can't make a game for 1% of 1% of your fucking population, alienate the other 99.9, and then expect to be, and then do surprise Pikachu face when your game fucking fails. But I fully believe Halo can come back from the ashes. It's just going to take different direction. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. A buddy of mine linked me to a page that I knew about, but I hadn't checked out in a long time. And God bless this man. This guy has 107,000 subscribers, and in the year of our Lord 2023, he is still making weekly Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 content.
Yes,
and it is some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I saw the fucking video.
He beat Forest Frontiers with a toilet and no attraction.
A toilet and 5,000 furries.
And he hosted a furry convention in Forest Frontiers and beat the campaign and beat the mission. What the fuck?
It's the greatest. It's so good.
He should just rename the park Rainforest at that point. Oh god. Like, oh my god. Like, yeah, so I am definitely Mr. Tycoon again and gonna try to actually beat the game this time. Because he has shown me a lot of the really cool tricks that allow you to kind of abuse the system.
Yeah.
To win some of the harder challenges. So God bless this guy. His name is Marcel Vos. He's from the Netherlands, I believe, but he speaks impeccable English. Go check him out. He's fucking hilarious, and some of his videos are just mind-boggling. Anyway.
No, I think that'll do it for that segment.
Yep.
So yeah, stay tuned for the next part of the bakagaijinshow.
God damn it, P. Gabe. Sorry, sidebar.
And stay tuned for the next segment of the bakagaijinshow. puffing up the fucking cottage cheese.
Jesus, okay.
And it's infused with the mayo. Ah. It tasted good going in. It does not taste good coming out.
That should be the start to our second segment. Like, let's.
At present, it currently is.
No, he's recording.
Yep. It's going.
Ah.
We're 30 seconds in. Let's go.
Yeah. I want to clarify. I did not eat cottage cheese with mayo. I ate cottage cheese with a sandwich that had mayo on it.
Ah, yes.
But when it's coming back up, it's mixing together, and it's not pleasant.
Very strange, yes.
Yeah.
I can imagine the effect is very bizarre.
Yes. Oh, it's time for the fucking Reddit dive.
Let's fucking go!
This is the part of the show where we laugh at people who are dumb and misfortunate and probably selfish and maybe
and who have weddings.
Some of them don't have weddings. Most statistically. Let me just find one here. That I wish to read out loud for your pleasure. Alright. Let's start with medium Tifu. Medium-sized.
Alright.
Decent-sized Tifu. Today I fucked up by holding a grudge for 29 years against a kid at school who called me Carrot Boy.
Oh no.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker! Anyway, continue.
The names, including my own, have been modified to false names. About 29 years ago, I was in the 3rd grade. I took one of the carrot packs out of my lunchbox, the kind that came with a little cup of ranch dressing. All of a sudden, this kid, Balthazar...
Balthazar?
Oh, yeah.
All the names you could have picked and you went with Balthazar?
Next meme!
No, he said he changed the names.
I mean, I understand that, but it doesn't change it from being, like, fucking stupid. How am I supposed to relate to these characters?
I can't relate to this guy. His name's Balthazar.
Right.
All of a sudden, this kid Balthazar said, "Hey everyone, look! Tim is the Carrot Boy!" Everyone in the whole lunch table started to laugh. I couldn't believe it. For some reason, that incident really stuck with me. Nobody ever brought it up again, but I became self-conscious in elementary school for eating carrots. Later, I lost the self-consciousness, but all through school and into adulthood, I always thought of that, and built it up in my head as this big, disrespectful insult towards me. Whenever I eat carrots, the memory pops up, basically involuntarily. Whenever I see carrots, I remember Balthazar going, "Hey everyone, look! Tim is a carrot boy!"
He's a booty!
It's the carrot boy!
And I hear the laughter! The laughter! What you should know is that I am from a small town, and although I left, a lot of the kids I knew are still there. I saw that over the holidays there was an impromptu high school reunion event scheduled. I decided to show up. I haven't seen these people regularly in a long time.
Oh no.
Well, who should be there but Balthazar? All of
Balthazar, my mortal enemy! Is that a sword? I'm like, this had got to be a fucking TNT campaign, right? Anyway.
I have come to curse this high school reunion in the name of Balthazar. All of a sudden, the old anger welled up in me. I don't know what I was thinking, it seems so ridiculous now, but I saw a big tray of carrots meant for everyone at the buffet table, and I picked up the entire tray and carried it to Balthy's table. Aw, he's got a nickname from the fake name
Balthy.
he made up. Cute. I started eating carrots angrily.
Yeah,
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, what's up, fuck?
Everyone at the table and surrounding tables was staring at me, and then I said, "Guess I'm still a carrot boy!"
I
almost immediately realized my fuck up when everyone looked at me like I was insane. I had no idea what I was referencing.
Hold on, has anybody seen the movie Shoot 'Em Up?
No.
No.
You haven't seen Shoot 'Em Up? Because Clive Owen's character in that thing has a thing for carrots because apparently they help your eyesight or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And so literally this motherfucker will stab people in the eye. He always carries carrots on him during the movie, and he'll like stab people in the eye sockets with like a fresh carrot.
Oh my god,
Or
it's
he'll,
literally
like,
just that
constantly be
scene.
eating carrots in between killing people. He shoved a carrot in the finger guard of a gun to press the trigger down, and then he threw it and it spun in a circle and killed everyone in the room. There's a running gag with carrots in that film. I have to imagine.
You know what? You know
this
what? That's
guy
it. I'm putting Shoot 'Em Up on the list.
Because of being made fun of once, just becomes Clive Owen from Shoot 'Em Up and just takes his revenge out on everybody who makes fun of him.
I'm putting Shoot 'Em Up on the list. That sounds amazing.
All right, you haven't seen Shoot 'Em Up? Oh my god, that movie is so shit, and I love it. Oh my god, a 1,000,000 out of 10 movie.
I almost immediately realized my fuck up when everyone looked at me like I was insane and had no idea what I was referencing.
You fucking are!
So I awkwardly asked Baltho.
Baltho?
He has a lot of cutesy nicknames for this name he made up. And the other people around if they remembered him calling me a carrot boy in 3rd grade, and nobody did. So I was like, this did happen. You really did call me a carrot boy. And he was like,
oh no.
And he was like, okay, sorry, man. Somebody next to me put their hand on my arm and whispered to me, are you okay?
No!
I was having a mental breakdown or something. I was so embarrassed that I just got up and left. Multiple people have texted me asking me if I'm alright. Why did I do that? Did I really hold a grudge for some innocuous, silly remark that a 3rd grader made almost 30 years ago?
Yes! Yes,
Bro,
you did!
Bro, okay, look. I was beaten up, thrown off of playground equipment, had my head smashed into slides, thrown down flights of stairs, beaten to an inch of my life by some of the most reprehensible fucking grade schoolers on earth. I was 27. I mean, what? No, I was in grade school. No, I was in grade school. And I have been through some shit. I have been, straight up bullied and abused physically and made fun of constantly and psychologically tormented. I don't hold a grudge against any of them because I realized they were being dumb kids. And you're telling me that you held a 29-year-old grudge because some dude pointed out that you ate carrots. Stop it. Get some fucking help.
When it was put to me like that, I realized that maybe I was the one being weird. Balthazar wasn't like a bully or anything. Aside from that one insult, he never did anything else to me. And in high school, was kind of known as being a
repeat offender.
Aside from that one insult, he never did anything to me, and in high school he was known as kind of being a bit of a do-gooder. I had built it up as this major incident, but nobody else even remembered it. I was horrified to find that several people from the reunion unfriended me on Facebook, and I saw photos of the event. Somebody had tagged me in the background as Carrot Boy, and none other than Balthazar responded to the post asking the poster to remove the tag, even though several other people had replied with laugh emojis. Now I feel like I've made a huge fool of myself and can never show myself in this town again.
Well,
maybe that's okay. I don't like the town anyway, but I'm so embarrassed I can hardly sleep. It's been a few weeks since the incident. Oh god.
Well, if it wasn't a major problem before, it's a major problem now.
Way to go, Carrot Boy.
Good job, Carrot Boy.
We have to get Carrot Boy. Can we get Tosh.0 to do a fucking Carrot Boy redemption arc?
Somebody pointed out
Holy
what we're all
shit, dude. Get
Somebody
help.
somebody pointed out what we're all thinking. It's like, this is one hell of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yup.
And then he realized he was no longer a Carrot Boy, wipes tear, but a Carrot Man. Classic Carrot Boy.
Oh, that Carrot Boy. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another comment. The best part is the one who called you Carrot Boy ended up being the one to have your back. It's too good, like a sitcom, some Costanza level bullshit.
It is! Oh my god, he's the one who asked them to take it down!
hey guys, that's not cool.
It's like, hey guys, look, just don't do that. All right. Don't do that.
The real fucking redemption arc here was Balthazar. What
Balthazar, like good guy Balthazar here. The real MVP.
That was funny.
Oh, starting off strong.
This is a medium Tifu. Your entire life is a medium Tifu.
Oh, that's good. This is one for the Baka Gaijin lore books.
I guess he's still a carrot boy.
This one is fucking. This is one for the wiki.
He thought he had him. This guy really thought he had him.
Yep. Anyway, Kevin, here's one for you.
Oh, it's Sanaita. Am I the asshole for causing my coworker to lose a $500 tip?
Probably.
I'm currently in my senior year of college. I'm working a serving job at a mid-level restaurant. Bills typically $100 for drinks, food, appetizers, desserts for 2 people. I've been working here for 10 months. My parents usually come in every Friday with my uncle and aunt. They're usually sat in my section and they tip me extremely well. $200 bill and $100 tip, just because they're my family. My manager has no issue with this, as I do not give them extras / more attention, I just treat them like a normal customer. He is aware of the tip, and my parents will usually order drinks at the bar and tip the bartender as well, so they spend a lot here. He knows them and talks with them when they are here because he appreciates their business. Unfortunately, my manager is out because his wife is sick, so he is on leave for 6 months. 6 months? Because
how fucking sick is his wife? Damn.
It could very easily be something like cancer.
Yeah,
probably.
We have a temporary manager named Barb. Barb is very strict and follows the rules. Barb has been here for 2 weeks and has seen my parents twice, and she asked me the second time. When I told her it was my parents, she made a weird face. I should also note that I have a coworker named Tina who hates that I serve my parents and get a huge tip. She was always complaining to my old manager, but he never cared. Oh no. Oh no.
It's time for a Barb and Tina team up.
Oh, let's go.
Probably.
Sorry, I had to drink water. Cue to last Friday night, my parents come in. This was essentially my cousin's engagement dinner, and also my birthday is soon, so I knew they were planning on leaving me a huge tip as a present. I haven't seen my cousin or my grandpa in a while, and they were all excited to be served by me. I was talking about this all week and talking about how I knew I was getting $500 as a tip because it's my birthday soon. The hostesses know them as well, and goes to sit them in my section. Barb immediately intercepts this and tells the hostess to sit them in Tina's section. Not only was this my parents, but my aunt and uncle, cousin, and her boyfriend, and my grandpa. Oh, the whole family's there. I asked Barb if I can serve my family, and she says she's sick of me being unprofessional, and I am hogging the tips away from the other servers who deserve it as well. Tina sees this and is very happy. My family gets sat in her section, however my dad asks if I can serve them, but Barb says OP has some other responsibilities to tend to and wouldn't be able to give you her full attention. My parents are
It's like, what the fuck is an OP?
My parents are confused, and I shrug behind my manager, just like, oh. My mom goes to find me halfway into their meal, and I tell her what happened. Cut to the end. Their bill's around $350, and Tina is left with $65 as a tip. My parents leave after the restaurant closes. Tina corners me and screams at me that I cost her $500. Barb steps in and accuses me of telling my parents not to tip Tina. I try to explain this was a present, and Barb scoffs and calls me a liar. I left and I don't work until tomorrow. I feel like an asshole because I bet she was really excited to get the huge tip. I am afraid to go back in as people have been talking about it. Am I the asshole? Fuck no, you're not. What an entitled bitch!
This is why we need to get rid of tipping culture.
Top comment.
Among many other reasons.
But they did tip Tina? It's obvious that they tip you better because you're family. Why the heck would Tina expect to be treated the same? You're not the asshole. Like,
these are some dumb fucking people.
Holy shit! You cost me $500. You mean the $500 that was clearly my birthday present? Question mark. Like, they don't know you. They're not obligated to give you $500. Like
this is like a scam that fucking Blue Regard Q Kazoo would come up with.
right.
Oh, Jesus, and you're not even wrong.
Mac, how could you? You cost me $500! Blue, that was my birthday present.
All I gotta do is slip in the super roll at the right moment, and that 500 is mine.
Yep.
Such a fucking cartoon fucking plot.
This is so fucking silly. No, OP's not the asshole at all in any regard here. Like,
No.
the mom literally came up and asked you, and you just told her what happened. So, like, that's all that's happening. Your replacement, your sub manager, and your coworker are too stupid to live.
Yeah.
That's all that's happened here. You're not the asshole.
No.
I concur.
I can't get over that. You cost me $500.
Now I'm gonna starve.
God. Oh, Jesus.
Alright, Sarah, here's one for you.
People on Reddit just don't stop getting dumber, and it's kind of a thrill.
Oh, that's why we have this. That's why we have this fucking segment, because we get to see the
People are
depths of
fucking-
human stupidity. It's the best.
Good lord. Okay, here we go. Swear to God, if it's about a wedding, I'm leaving the podcast. Am I the asshole for leaving my daughter alone in the
In the what?
hospital?
Oh dear.
That place where you go to get sick if you are rich enough to afford like fucking health insurance.
It's where rich
Most
people
in this
go
country
to
have never seen
live.
the inside of one. Allegedly. My daughter is in the hospital, and it's so scary. I went to visit her, and that wasn't my daughter anymore. Like, I went to visit her, and that wasn't my daughter anymore. What?
I didn't even. It's one of those I didn't even
Fuck.
recognize.
All right,
things.
my daughter was in the hospital, and it's so scary. I went to visit her, and that wasn't my daughter. She was so pale and looked like death. I held her hand, but it was too uncomfortable, and I could feel the tears coming. I just couldn't look at her like that, and I left. I didn't want to cry in front of my daughter. In front apparently is one word. My wife came to visit her very shortly after I left and ended up staying the night. When my wife returned home the next day, she called me all sorts of names. She told me I was a loser who couldn't be her daughter. I told her that I just didn't feel strong enough to be there in that moment, and she told me that sometimes parents have to do uncomfortable children. During your next visit, I spoke very little, and I later heard her telling her daughter that
You cut out there, telling the daughter that what?
that I am a coward.
Oh.
You are, absolutely. If you're not willing to do some uncomfortable shit for your fucking kids, you don't deserve to have them.
Yeah,
You should have been. You really should have been there.
I don't know the specifics here. This post is lacking a lot of context.
It is, yeah.
But I will say it seems like you're making a time which is very scary for your daughter about you. And that's
basically what the first comment says too.
Yeah.
That's not very parent-like.
Yeah, like that.
And like, I don't want to be unsympathetic here. This probably sucks for you too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But whatever this is, but that's kind of what you signed up for.
Yeah, whatever whatever you think, like whatever feelings you're going through, what your daughter is feeling is 10 times worse or more. So,
and you're going to be feeling a lot worse when you're not there for her.
Exactly. So you should have been there. You made a pretty big mistake, and your wife is right. You're a coward. So, yeah, you're the asshole here.
So good luck with that.
Yep. Sorry, buddy. Them's the breaks.
Yeah. And to make things worse, 3 guys on a podcast called you a loser. So.
Yeah, dude. Fuck's wrong with you? You should be there for your daughter, man.
Sir, we are men, not guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'd be there for your daughter.
Right. I don't even know her, but if I saw you walking out of the... I can't do this anymore. I would walk in and fucking be there, man.
Just like, you
It's like,
get
hey,
your ass
your mom's a
back in there
fucking
and be a
cunt
man!
and a coward, but just know that there are people in the world who care about you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Anyway. Wrapping it back around to moi. Let me find a thing to read. I also was saving a lot of posts on Reddit that were not related to the show, so I have to sort through a lot of stuff.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Am I the
Careful.
Am I the asshole for selling my house and not renewing the lease of a family with a sick child?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Hopefully it's not the same sick child. Throw away because I have too many friends on Reddit. You have friends on Reddit?
You have friends?
No, I'm being serious. You made
I know.
You made a long-term social connection on Reddit?
Damn.
That's
That's
Society is doomed.
I, 47M, inherited a property from my father 11 years ago.
It's almost
For the
50
past-
connections on Reddit? That's even more impressive. Anyway, continue.
This guy. For the past 5 years, I've been renting the house to a nice family with a young child, 5M. They've been great tenants, and there hasn't been any issues. A month ago, I was approached by a realtor about selling my property. He had a buyer who was interested and was ready to offer up 60 grand over market because of the location. This was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. My tenants have a lease through mid-March. I've always renewed every year around this time. I contacted the husband Michael and let him know that I would not be renewing this time. To say that he was upset would be an understatement. It turns out that he and his wife are currently in hospice with their son who has a terminal heart condition.
Oh no.
The doctors have given him a month or two to live. I knew the boy was sick, but I never knew it was so serious. Michael told me there's no way right now that they can pack up the house and find new rentals in time. The hospice where they are currently in residence is over 3 hours away, and he thinks it's terribly unfair that I expect him to sacrifice any of the time he has left with their son in order to move. He called me a heartless sociopath. I suggested that they have a family member take care of the packing and find a new place, but the only family they have around is the wife's elderly father. I'm not sure that I believe this because they are too young to have only one parent between them, and I'm sure they are siblings somewhere.
You don't know.
Oh my.
Yeah. Then I suggested they hire a moving company to handle the packing and try to find a rental online, possibly an Airbnb for a while. He claims they can't afford a moving company because of his son's medical expenses. I feel bad about the situation and realize I'm making things harder for them, but it's not my responsibility to take care of them. I've given them the legally required notice. My wife thinks that because of the money I'll be making that I should offer to pay for a moving company and an Airbnb after they leave the hospice. I don't want to do this, it would cost me a big chunk of the profit from selling the house, and again, their situation is not my responsibility. This is the risk people take when they rent. My wife is now giving me the cold shoulder. Am I the asshole for selling my house and not renewing the lease of a family with a sick child?
Yes.
I love
And
landlords.
it has nothing to do with your actions. It has to do with the way you fucking phrase shit. Oh, I can't do this for this poor, unfortunate family that in this situation because it would cut into my profits.
I'm going to lose profits.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Their son is dying. Have some fucking sympathy.
Like, or be a decent fucking human being. Be an ounce charitable. Like,
Also,
you also said, I gave them the legally required blah, 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 blah.
I find it hard to
I'm
believe
hiding
that...
behind paperwork and fucking technicalities like a spineless little shit who's never lived in the real fucking world and who's never had to deal with hardship. Fuck you.
I find it hard to
You're an
believe that they
asshole.
only
It has
have
nothing to do with your
one
actions.
parent between the two of them. They're young.
If you could phrase things like, I simply can't afford to help them out in this situation, so unfortunately I have to do what's best for myself, and you explained that that was the situation, I would buy it, and I wouldn't think you're an asshole. But you're an asshole because you have zero intent to help these people because you'd rather make a profit and your life easier.
Yep.
And that is about the most dismissive and inhumane thing that I can possibly think of.
Yep. They flat out told you that they literally cannot do this, and you're like, not my problem. Like,
Yeah, not my problem, which you said multiple times. Like,
Yep.
okay, you are a heartless sociopath.
mhm.
All you care about is yourself. Go
yeah,
fuck yourself.
this is
and I hope your
bad.
wife leaves you.
This is really bad.
Top comment. It's a tough call. In terms of business, I get it. But you can't blame your wife for seeing you differently. You just showed your true character. Going with my heart on this one, YTA.
Yep. Yeah. That's the thing. You showed your true character. You are a selfish,
You would make a
self-centered
great
asshat.
Activision executive, though. Just letting you know.
I mean, kinda.
Not even kinda. You would make the best one.
But the profits!
But the profits!
This'll... Your dying son will affect my bottom line!
Yeah, exactly. Your dying son is affecting my bottom line.
Fucking...
Therefore, you receive no help. You lose. Go home, sir.
I hate landlords. I fucking...
Yeah, they are legitimately some of the scummiest people.
I feel like I want to make a complicated point here, because I feel like this guy is a perfect example of how I feel like this guy is a perfect example of how capitalism as a system brings out the worst in people.
Yeah.
It has presented him with this opportunity to have this turn of character. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a guy. I don't get the vibe from this post that this is a guy who intentionally goes out of his way to fuck people over.
No, yeah. It's just...
But because of the system, he has been presented an opportunity where he can do a kind thing, or he can make 60 grand. You know?
Yeah.
On a both, it's. We tend to frame the problems as just being billionaires bad, but it's not just that. It cascades all the way down.
Yeah.
Every level up you go is more opportunities and incentives for discompassionate behavior. I feel like this guy is a perfect example of this. There is an edit. Edit, the purchase agreement has been signed. I'm not signing to a developer. I'm signing to a family that needs to move to the area for their son's schooling. I will contact the buyer and explain the situation, and then, if they choose, they can contact the tenants and make arrangements.
Okay. That's...
So he basically just passed it off. He's just like, yeah, so here's the situation. Do with that as you will. I'll take my check, please.
Bye. Yeah. Just... God.
I feel like it's not, like... I don't know, man. Like, I get what you're saying about it,
Sure.
but it just sounds like this person was just raised by people whose only concern is more money.
I feel like everyone's concern is more money. It just depends on how you act about it.
Yeah.
Not everyone's concern. It just depends on how much you've already made. Like, some people are perfectly content as long as their bills are paid and stuff is done.
Sure, but there's also a suspicious trend of people who've already had a lot acting the worst, so...
Yeah.
It seems to be a compounding interest effect. That was a pun, by the way.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. But anyway, in the short term, the question posed, is he the asshole? Yeah.
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 I think so. There's no other answer that fits here.
Yeah, just... This made me feel just... Ew.
Icky.
Yep.
Icky. Let's see here. Kevin, read this one.
Please give me something where I can laugh at other people's stupidity. Am I the asshole for yelling at my mom because she didn't take me to a music convention?
Ooh.
I, 16M, have found a love for music and want to...
You're 16? Yes. You're probably being a brat. Anyway, continue.
He's 16, he's just started to find his way, got a new job, gonna start at the mall today.
And I have found a love for music and want to spend the rest of my life playing music.
Yeah, tell me how you feel about that at 20.
I am an extremely dedicated musician and spend hours and hours every day practicing and making music. I have a group
Okay.
I have a group of friends who live in the city and who also love music, and we have become pretty close. They told me about a very big music convention that took place all of this weekend. I told my mom about this as soon as I heard of it from my friends.
No, wait. Pause for a second. We all recognize what's happening here, right? This is the most 16-year-old way to start a fucking blog post. This is framing. This is preemptively telling us why the upcoming situation is unfair to them.
It means so much to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to point out that out.
Oh, yeah. I told my mom about this as soon as I heard it from my friends, as I thought this would be a great opportunity to meet and introduce myself to a lot of the most successful and famous musicians of my instrument.
Imagine this dude just plays a sousaphone.
No, he plays a duke.
He plays the hurdy-gurdy.
She says she will do her best, as she knows it means a lot to me.
I've watched the... Never mind, go ahead. I've watched the Down the Rabbit Hole on the... All
I am now an
75,000
expert.
times that video's been viewed.
It's just him.
It's literally just him.
Fast forward a few
Oh
months,
my
and
God.
now it's a few weeks from the event. I asked to talk to her about it, and she says she will do her best to get me there. I am extremely excited at this point because my love for music has grown even more, and the thought of meeting some of my musical heroes is amazing. I've made plans with my friends and scheduled a time that I would meet them there. Throughout this whole time period, my mom is extremely busy working. However, the funny thing is that her it says her would, but I think it's her work. Her work is literally completely voluntary. Yet she spends all her waking hours running
My
around.
wood is also fairly voluntary.
Yeah. Yet she spends all her waking hours running around stressed, starting arguments and yelling at every person she sees. I don't really care about this, and it's not really the main point, as I don't really spend much time with her anyways because she is a horrible person to be around. What the fuck?
This took a turn.
Jesus. So now 3 days ago, I asked her again, and she says she doesn't know how I'll get there. Keep in mind, I've talked to her numerous times about how I wanted to be there and about how I should get there, and she's shrugged it off. So now I have no way of getting there and decide that I'll just take the train. I take the train to the city multiple times a week, and it has never raised any problems with my parents. So I tell her, and she says she doesn't want me taking public transport. This confused me as I literally take it 4 times a week. She again tells me that she'll do her best to drive me or something because she knows how much it means to me.
I think she's leading him on.
Definitely, definitely. At this point, I'm extremely frustrated because I know she doesn't actually care. This isn't a one-time thing, too. She does this with everything. She says she cares and proceeds to give evidence proving the exact opposite. So, yeah, as you can tell by the title, she doesn't take me because she's working. There is no apology, not even an acknowledgement. It's like it wasn't even a thing. Long story short, I yelled at her. I know this is a bad thing to do. She has raised me and given me the opportunity to do music, but I was just so mad at her. This is really just one example of the same thing, only this really did suck because it actually meant a lot to me.
So the some comments below provide some more context.
Yeah, top comment asks, when you say her work is entirely voluntary, do you mean she chooses her schedule and works when she chooses, or do you mean that she is an unpaid volunteer? OP says, not sure if I'm allowed to reply, but when I say voluntarily, I mean she chooses her schedule. Much of what she does, she volunteers to do. She does more than she's paid to do. She works for a not-for-profit, so that might just be the life of a non-for-profit worker, I don't know. Yes, that's literally the life of working a non-profit.
But then he answers a different question that adds even more wrinkles to the story. That says the reason it upsets me is because we are an extremely wealthy family. I believe she works not because she has to, but because she wants to, like a workaholic. That's fine, and I feel like she literally works all the time and is always unhappy because of her work. I will talk to her though and try to figure out with her how to prevent a similar thing from happening again. So like, I'm flat on in not the asshole territory.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like his mom has just been leading him on.
Oh, yeah. And he mentioned that this is something that's happened, like, over and over. So, like, while
he gave plenty of fucking forewarning about it.
He did, like, literally months in advance. And she's just been like, oh, yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. Goes back to what she's doing and completely forgets. Like,
yeah.
Reddit gave this and everyone sucks here, but I disagree. I think the frustration is...
I'm struggling to understand why. I understand the inclination to treat a teenager's interests as not important or, like, you know, like, overblown. I understand that. But also, like, he gave forewarning. There's nothing wrong with what he's trying to do. And like, his mom just keeps blowing him off.
And, like, honestly, I'm going to give the kid a lot of leeway here. Because he has clearly been building towards this for a long time. He is passionate about this subject. Sure. He has this entire thing planned out with friends, and the assumption was that his mom would absolutely take him and figure out a way to get that done.
The actual dumbest shit is the fact that he could have just taken public transport, which he apparently does all the time.
Yeah.
And this is the one time she doesn't want him to.
Exactly.
For reasons unknown.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't know what the hell his mom's deal is here.
I don't know.
So I'm leaning on not the asshole here. So. Yeah, like, take public transport. Fuck your mother.
Take a train.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yep.
I would also agree.
Yeah. It's
Like,
just
he almost had us though in the first half though, because it seems like he was leading up to like be very, very.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to interpret some of the things he said in any other way other than how we interpreted them.
Yeah, like the whole thing about like I think the everyone sucks here thing that Reddit came up with mostly just comes from him being very clearly upset with his mom and it kind of coming out of nowhere in the actual post. But like when you actually see his justification for why he's upset, like it makes sense. It's an understandable frustration.
Yeah, because it not only did he give an incredible amount of forewarning, but it sounds like his mom has plenty of time to make if she wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
But she refuses to make time for her kids.
Yeah, she's just a very selfish person. That's not okay.
Yeah, so not the asshole.
Oh, yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. Certain, here is one for you. Oop.
Checking now. Oh, this will be good. Let me let. Am I the asshole for yelling to be let out of the car when my boyfriend's dad turned on the one feature I asked him not to?
Intriguing.
What?
Intriguing.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. I spent last night with my boyfriend's family. We'd gone out to dinner and his dad was gonna drive. So my boyfriend, me, his parents, I mean, there's no genders or ages here. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Do you even read it?
My boyfriend, female, 37. His parents and his brother all squeezed into his dad's, and we went to the restaurant. I had a few drinks and his dad had 2, since he was going to drive. Oh, I guess 2 was the actual number. I thought they just misspelled that. Okay. 2 seems a lot if you're going to drive, though. You should stick to 1.
Yeah.
But on the way back, his dad started asking me, "You work on self-driving cars, yeah?" I do. I'm a systems engineer and have job hop between a handful of autonomy company. He started asking me how I liked his Tesla, and I joked, "Just fine as long as you're the one driving it." And he asked me what I thought about FSD, which he just bought. He asked if I should turn it on, and I said, "Not with me in the car." And then he laughed and asked how I was so scared when I worked with the stuff every day. That's why she's scared of it. Okay, soapbox time. Anybody who actually works in the automated driving industry does not want you to drive with automated driving. You sycophantic, fucking, pathetic, musk-sucking dog rats who think that self-driving cars are here and ready and safe are the biggest fucking dumb, stupid shits. Nobody in that industry who programs this shit thinks it's anywhere close to being ready. But they have to make it as part of their job, and Musk puts it out because it sells fucking cars. It's not ready, and it won't be for at least 10 years. Anyway, soapbox over. I was like, it's because but stopped when he pulled over and literally started turning it on. I was like, I'm not kidding. Let me out of the car if you're going to do this. And my boyfriend's dad and brother started laughing at me. And my boyfriend still wasn't saying anything. His dad was like, it'll be fine. I had to quote the critical drinker there. And I reached over to my boyfriend's little brother and I tried the door handle, which was locked. I was getting mad. I'm just waiting for the Tesla to be like, "It's too late for that, Dave."
I can't let you do that.
Dave. I was getting mad, and probably more so because I was tipsy, and I yelled at him, "Let me the fuck out!" My boyfriend started trying to tell me to calm down because I was drunk, and I told him that it didn't fucking matter. I'd be out of here sober or drunk.
Yeah.
He told me to stop cussing in front of his little brother, and I told him to tell his dad to cut his shit out, and I wouldn't have anything to cuss over. His dad was like, "Fine, I didn't realize it'd be such a big deal." And I drove home normally, but things have been tense as hell. We got back to his house, and he was mad at me for overreacting. The first time I met his family all together. I got angry and was like, "I'm not the one who decided to do the one thing I said I'm not comfortable with in the car." Just after I asked him not to laugh at me. He said that his dad used the car a lot and it was fine. And I asked him, since we're both rock climbers, would he ever go on a route with his carabiner that doesn't lock? What if someone says they'll do it all the time and it's fine? He was like, absolutely not, but that's different. I said, it's literally not. Just like we don't know any climbers who do that shit, nobody in my field that I know would stay in that car.
Yeah.
He got mad and told me to go to sleep. I was drunk, but honestly, today I woke up sober and I stand by what I did. Like I wasn't comfortable with what was happening, and my boyfriend's family all laughed and started trying to do one fucking thing I said not to. Like, whatever that thing is, it's fucked up. Am I the asshole for yelling at my boyfriend's dad to let me out of the car? Edit. I'm not trying to get into fights about who my favorite billionaire in there is or isn't.
Yeah.
Take that somewhere else if you want fanboy arguments.
No, fuck that shit. You're not the asshole. No.
Yeah.
This is completely justified.
Not the asshole.
They were actually, like, being... Like, you made it very clear that you find this incredibly dangerous and that you don't want to be in the car when the automatic driving is on. And they tried to do it anyway, and they locked the door to try and keep you in the car when you clearly did not want to be in there.
Yeah, no,
that is 110% their problem.
Yeah. So, like, just talking about the mechanics of it.
No, I wanted to get into that because OP actually had an explanation in the comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So OP says, disclaimer, this is my personal opinion, not a statement on behalf of my current or past employers, should not be taken to indicate any current or past employer's position. There are a number of companies working on self-driving tech. I have and would get into a number of their vehicles, just not Tesla's. Many of the competing companies are at a similar level of technology development. However, every other company is either one, manning every vehicle with a highly trained safety driver and monitoring engineer pair who know the system inside and out and are trained to avert emergencies and are extremely focused. They usually take short, like 15-minute shifts because it's hard to keep that extreme focus, or two, operating in very, very severely limited domain in terms of location and weather, with one-to-one remote monitoring with a highly trained person monitoring every vehicle and able to intervene in a moment. These people have to take short shifts as well. Or three, operating away from people, i.e. hauling vehicles for mining operations which don't use public roads and where the mine roads are laid out so no people are permitted on the autonomous hauling routes. But Tesla does not do any of this. They don't have trained safety drivers, live remote monitoring, or constantly operational domains. They don't limit how long a single person can operate the vehicle, despite widely accepted evidence on how focus degrades over time. They have similar, or maybe even arguably worse, self-driving technology to other companies, but while the other so companies in the space are being responsible with the safety of their vehicles with live monitoring and trained engineering intervention, Tesla is just letting random consumers take on that role and liability. It's not a good place to be as a consumer to be doing the same dangerous job that other people are being paid six figures to do, without training, for free. Actually worse than free, since you're paying to take on a corporation's liability. This allows them to avoid paying for some of the usual research and development costs like safety drivers and live monitoring, and it also offloads a lot of liability of testing onto a very, very new and unreliable technology from them as a corporation and onto their consumers. It also helps them appear ahead in technological development while honestly under the hood. I would say they're behind in simply appearing ahead because they're bypassing safety practices and engineering rigor that other companies are following. For example, every time a driver claims FSD or autopilot error, Tesla claims driver error. This is shifting liability for that the other companies in the space would not do. All the other companies take the liability of their technology failing on themselves. Tesla is pushing liability onto the end user and their insurance policies, which are generally unequipped to handle claims regarding AV malfunction, and publicly denying any accusations of malfunction. However, other companies developing similar tech are purchasing insurance themselves at very high rates and being transparent with their insurers about the risks they're undertaking. I don't see that as ethical, as they're pushing the danger and accident liability onto the consumer at a very early stage of technological development. I also don't see that as safe for the consumer. It's a joke in my field that if you pay for FSD, you're paying to be a crash test dummy.
Yeah,
yep. That is basically from every professional I've spoken to this about it. And yeah, Guru, if you're fucking listening, I want you to listen real fucking good to this. You stupid fucking shit. Okay? You stupid narcissistic shit. Okay? No professional who develops that technology is willing to do this under good conscience. it is not developed enough to be safe on roads, period. Roads populated by pedestrians, roads populated by minivans with children in the back and babies.
Yeah.
Where high speeds and weather can instantly and dramatically affect the performance of the self-driving technology. They have been proven to be notoriously bad at detecting small people like children. They have been proven to be notoriously bad at being able to operate during fog or adverse weather conditions like rain. They cannot adjust their braking. They cannot adjust their and they have also during the with the reflectivity of the road, it treats everything like a fucking lane line. So they tend to drift. Relying on a Tesla and its self-driving technology in the world of other drivers and other pedestrians is, like they said, you're asking to either be a murderer or a crash test dummy. And no professional in the entire field will disagree with that statement. Only willfully ignorant technological optimists who see nothing wrong with anything futuristic will disagree with this. And if you do, you're a fucking dumbass and you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
that's not even getting into the infamous battery explosions.
Yeah, or the fact that Tesla's literally explode and catch on fire.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Tesla! You've reinvented the Pinto.
Yeah.
Real life Tony Stark, by the way.
I'm sorry, did he build this car in a cave with a box of scraps?
It certainly seems like he did. But yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Scroll past a lot of irrelevant things. Not relevant.
Not relevant.
Irrelevant. Super not relevant. Time for a large Tifu.
Woo!
Today I fucked up by underestimating a rat.
Oh shit! A rat!
Thank you. Today F32 fucked up by underestimating a wild rat. For this story, it's important to know that I have 3 cats: Alice, F10, Sparrow, M2, and Ivy, F1. Some of them are kittens.
Oh, I thought they were babies.
They're all indoor/outdoor with full house access during the day. I don't want to hear about how cats should be indoor only, to each their own. No, I have a fucking barn cat. He can be outside if he wants.
Yeah.
During the night, Alice is grounded to the house because she will pick fights with Ivy, but Ivy and Sparrow still have full access to outside and my bedroom. It's also important to note that it was raining pretty hard and that I frequently wake up at night. This story starts at approximately 4:30 a.m. when Sparrow and Ivy come home because of the rain. While Alice is an asshole to them, they get along amazingly and are always playing together and grooming each other. Very cute. So I didn't think much of it when they were dicking around in my room playing. I then noticed that Ivy was digging out a shelf of axolotl plush I have set up on the floor level, but she's been known to deshelf plush, so I didn't think this is you type so weird. Just that she was bored because of the rain. Half an hour later, Ivy is still at it, and I decided there must be a bug in there that she wants, and gently encourage her. Is there a bug? Is that what you want in there? Yeah, you get that bug for me. And then lay down again to boot up my Switch and play some Dadish 3. Dadish? Do you know that game?
No, what?
What Dadish 3? Kevin, Google that. I don't even get to past the title screen when I hear a squeak, and then another, and by the third squeak I realize it's not a bug she was after, and probably a mouse, which we've had around the house occasionally since we moved in. Abandoning my game, I usher Ivy out of the way, ready to manhandle this mouse. And I usually just pick them up and take them out to the nearby park, no worries. I rummage through the plush and find not a mouse, but a rat! The significant difference between them here...
A rat!
Yep. The significant difference between them here, aside from this...
Let's get ready.
Yeah. Aside from the size, is that mice will tend to freeze up and be easy to handle, but wild rats are bitey little fucks.
Yeah, they are.
I used to have pet rats, so I'm not afraid of them or handling them. So after playing Find the Rat, after it bolted, I attempted to pick it up gently, hoping it would be friendly / in shock enough to not bite me. No luck, I still get a little nibble. At this point, I contemplate just letting my cats have at it, but I don't want them eating it, getting bitten, or injuring it, or having it die somewhere in my room, especially because it's summer here now, and I don't want a ratting rot carcass stinking me out.
Yep.
With those reasons in mind, I hunt it down again, and here's where I fuck up. It was attempting to escape to behind some of my shelves, with only its tail accessible to me, so I decide, I guess I'll have to go grab it by the tail and hope for the best. Knowing full well it could do some acrobatic shit and bite me, but it was a short trip to the front yard, and then it could fuck off into a tree or something. Success! I have the rat. I'm racing to the... Why is this present tense all of a sudden? I'm racing to the front door and feeling really bad for holding it like that, hoping I'm not hurting it too much. But it'll all be over soon, small friend. Then this little fucker realizes he can do a little ratty stomach crunch, grab his own tail, climb it as a rope where my fingers are, and bite me. Let me tell you, rat bites fucking hurt a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm still racing to the door with this rat chomping down on my finger, its top teeth in my fingernail, bottom teeth on the meaty part of my finger. It was so painful, I was convinced that his teeth had gone through the nail, and the only options at this point were to try to flick him off of the house, or to carry him to the door where I could shake him outside. Naturally, I chose the latter, because hey, if I'm already in this deep, what's another 6 seconds of being bitten? We get outside, and thankfully it lets go pretty quickly, and I can go back inside to assess my wounds and clean up, because my finger is dripping blood at this point. Luckily, he did not penetrate my nail. I have a few good minutes of swearing and some tears, and eventually go back to bed where I take some anti-inflammatories for the massive swelling that's already happening and Google rat bites and what additional care I would need. Here in Australia, we don't have rabies, thankfully, but we do have tetanus. I needed a booster. Like a good girl, I went to my GP for the shot and got a script for antibiotics just in case. Luckily, my doctor is across the road from a cake shop, so I bought some cake to eat later while I feel sorry for myself. TLDR, rats can do acrobatic shit when held by their tail and bite you. Don't ever think they won't go that route.
Yep.
I wouldn't call this large. This feels like medium.
It feels like a small one. Just barely any. It's just okay. Rat bit you. Cool. You got cake out of it.
I don't know, man. We read a run. I don't know. The medium one earlier was about a kid not going to a music convention. I feel like getting bit by a rat is worse than that.
Right. No. That was a no. That one was an Am I the Asshole?
Oh right, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no. The medium one was Carrot Boy.
Right. Is this worse than Carrot Boy though?
No,
it's definitely not, because Carrot Boy now has a fucking social stigma surrounding them that is going to be there for a while. Self-fulfilling prophecy and all that. This is just a rat bite and you got cake out of it. Like, come on.
Yeah, unless you contracted some disease, I'm gonna say you have mislabeled this.
Yeah, this is a small T. This is a small Tifu.
Pending any further rabies diagnosis, yes.
Yeah.
because that would be a huge fuck up.
Yeah.
If you catch rabies, you just fucking die.
So it's like if you haven't contracted any serious disease, and considering that you've currently typed this and are answering questions, I think you're fine.
What's the time limit? What's the time limit for the rabies vaccine after getting bitten? It's like, I think 48 hours, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. I would look into that if I were you.
Yep.
But that's just me.
But anyway, no, this is mislabeled.
Yeah. Kevin, this one is yours.
All right. Today, medium Tifu. Today I fucked up by glancing at my boyfriend's phone while out to dinner. This just happened.
I never realized he was a Genshin
I
player.
found out he was in the VTubers!
The horror, honestly.
This just happened last night.
Divorce him!
This just happened last night. I was out to dinner with my boyfriend, and before the server took our order, I went to the bathroom. When I got back to sit down, my boyfriend's phone was open on the table, and I had happened to notice a message from someone with red hearts. I honestly at first thought nothing of it. I wasn't even trying to look at his phone, it just happened to be right there. I'm not a jealous person, he's never given me any reason to think he's cheating, and we have a very healthy relationship. I do, however, struggle with intrusive thoughts and trauma from people burning me in the past. I've been in therapy and I've made a lot of progress and haven't had any major episodes in a long time. Well, that's about to change. But when my boyfriend immediately picked up his phone and said, "I have to text my boss real quick," I started to panic. I tried to tell myself I was being irrational. He literally could have had to text his boss and just remembered at that moment, and the hearts could have been from his mom for all I know. So I told myself to let it go because, like I said, he's never given me a reason to doubt him, and we've always had a very trusting relationship. But for some reason, every single thing he said and did after that sent me into a spiral. I started rapidly switching between thinking I was being irrational for no reason whatsoever to thinking he's secretly a narcissist.
Nope, you're just a woman.
Woo! Good God, wow.
It's only on the show.
Eventually, it got to the point where I was on the verge of tears. And not because I genuinely thought he was cheating on me, but because I could feel myself spiraling. It was upsetting me, considering I hadn't had an episode like this in years. I didn't want to say anything to him because I felt stupid, but knew if I didn't talk to him about it, it was going to eat me up inside, regardless of how irrational I knew my thinking was. So I told him what I saw and how I was feeling, and he immediately grabbed his phone and showed me every person he's talked to today. But it turns out the hearts were actually on a text from me. Aww. Jeez. Before I went to the bathroom, I had texted him my orders so that he could tell the server if he came while I was gone, which I completely forgot about. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I apologized 100 times and told him I truly didn't think he was cheating, but I definitely let intrusive thoughts win that time. He wasn't upset and we laughed about it and had a great rest of our night. TLDR, I glanced over at my boyfriend's phone and saw hearts and thought he might have been texting another girl, only to find that the hearts were from me.
Now this one is really not a medium. I mean,
it's not even technically a fuck up.
You laughed. Any story that ends with "and then we laughed it off" does not get medium T.
No. Top comment. Had me in the first half. Not gonna lie. Hang on to him.
Yep.
Yeah. No. You've got a good boyfriend. You got a good boyfriend there. There is an edit. I was not expecting this to blow up like it did. I know that's what everyone says, lol, and it's kind of overwhelming trying to respond to everyone. But I want to say thanks to everyone that had something kind and supportive to say and that understood this was a case of solid communication and not straight up accusation. I was just trying to tell a funny story and most of you got that, so thank you. I also wanted to clarify for people asking how I forgot so quickly that I sent the hearts. I didn't just send the hearts as I was walking to the bathroom, only my food order. The hearts were further up in the text from earlier that day. I should have specified that. I am quite forgetful regardless, though.
Alright, I sent Ceridim one
honestly,
for the lightning round.
Honestly, that whole thing is kind of adorable.
Yeah.
Everybody do a daw. Daw! Also, disclaimer, I don't feel the way about women. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I love women. Anyway. Oh! I can't read this because I have to log in and I do not have.
Okay.
I
do not actually own a Reddit. I think that's best for my sanity. So
okay.
Kevin will have to read this, or you'll have to read this because I can't log in.
Okay, I'll read it.
UC 18 plus Tifu.
Sorry. Okay, I'll read it. Today I fucked up by cleaning my husband's girlfriend's shit stain off our couch.
LMAO.
This is medium Tifu, by the way. Obligatory, this happened a few months ago. Hopefully it doesn't violate the vulgarity rule. What vulgarity rule? With some of the shit we've read on Tifu, I don't think there is one.
Bruh, what the fuck are you on about?
Bruh, remember the fucking Wreck-It Ralph porn?
Oh, God! I had purged it! God damn you, Kevin!
There is no limit here, people.
Anyway. Some background. My husband and I are polyamorous. We
I'm known for my masonry, but my real forte is my pipe work.
Holy fuck. Shut the hell up.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm good.
Some background. My husband and I are polyamorous. We date other people consensually. This is not a story about cheating spouses. Typically, if one of us has a date over, it'll be on a night that the other spouse has plans out and is out of the house for privacy. We also have a rule that we do not engage in sexual acts with other people in our bed for sanitary reasons. So, as I mentioned, this happened a few months ago. I was out, and my husband had a friend over. They watched a movie, hooked up, and ordered some food. After their date, I come home and he tells me how it went. While recounting the event, he mentions to me that they got freaky on the couch in the living room. Not unheard of, the couch is really easy to clean. And that it ended in anal sex. Anal isn't really my thing, so I was happy they could enjoy that together. I work from home, my husband does not. Because of my neurodivergent brain, I have a hard time staying or working in one place, so I tend to move around the house a lot. In the kitchen, in the office, in our bed, in the living room. At some point, I plop down on the couch and notice a brown smear. I freeze. Is that what I think it is? I'm horrified, disgusted, not knowing what to do. I get some cleaning supplies and quickly clean it up. It comes off easily, no smell, wash my hands, continue about my day. Here is where I fuck up. My husband comes home, and I'm too mortified to tell him what I saw/cleaned up. I just can't form the words to tell him, so I keep it to myself. For several days. Unsure how many. I'm simply too shocked and embarrassed to bring it up to him. Finally, I decided it's time to breach the subject, because after days of deliberation, I decided that I can't have shit stains on my couch again in the future. This will not stand! I bring it up to him as gently as I can, telling him that I found a stain of questionable origin on the couch and cleaned it up for him. I ask that, in the future, when he's getting busy with a date...
Hold on, can I just say something? I feel like when you bring something up to somebody that's sensitive and you're like, I found a stain of questionable origin, like, I feel like it just makes it more awkward.
It does.
Like, you're automatically, like, trying to be sensitive about it, so it just makes it feel so much more awkward because you're treating it in an incredibly sensitive and embarrassing manner anyway. Like, I feel like the best way to bring it up is, like, so, your hookup last night, did she shit on the couch?
Yeah, no, like, the best...
Correct about it, man.
It's like, okay...
Did she fucking ass dump on the couch? Like...
Yeah, just like, it's like, okay, dude, I'm a level with you. I found shit on the couch. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Anyway, in the future, when he's getting busy with a date, please be more aware of his surroundings and considerate to me. For a moment, his face is in pure horror, and then he bursts into laughter. He's laughing so hard he could barely tell me that it wasn't shit I cleaned off the couch. After the romp, they ordered ice cream to be delivered, and it was covered in some peanut butter and fudge sauce. Obviously, I didn't dare smell the substance on the couch, but if I had, I would have known it was peanut butter that I'd cleaned, not his girlfriend's.
Oh, clearly!
And then he asked me why I had kept it to myself for days instead of addressing it with him immediately. We still laugh about it often. Moral of the story is to always have clear communication with your partner or partners. Again, not medium. This is really small.
What is with all the mislabeled...
Again, if it ends in, then we laughed it off, it's not medium.
Again, this isn't even a fuck-up! This is just good communication. What the fuck, people? Look, unless there is some lasting psychological or physical damage, this isn't anything other than a small one. Come on.
Anyway, be careful with your ice cream out there, I guess. I don't know what the moral to take away from this one is.
We don't have morals on the show.
That is also true. It's time for the lightning round. This is where we go to unpopular opinion. Find some unpopular opinions. Do we agree? Do we disagree? Are these opinions popular or unpopular? Let's find out. Unpopular opinion. Drinking alone at home is better than drinking in public.
Depends.
I don't.
Depends on the
Kevin
company.
would feel that way for sure. That's his preferred method of drinking, alone.
It's the only way I can drink half the time. Most of the time, actually. Like,
yeah.
So
Bars are expensive, and not having a way to get to them is difficult.
Honestly, what I tend to do is just I get a drink and then I go into like voice chat. So like there's still some level of social interaction.
Unpopular opinion: chiropractors are taking advantage of women. Yeah,
Take advantage of a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think they're specifically talking. You ever see those compilation videos of like chiropractors working on women specifically, and it's like, this is
yeah, you're getting a little handsy there, buddy.
I got a license to hover hands.
I was gonna say I could say the same thing about massage therapists, like because they're basically the same.
I guess, but massage actually does shit.
No, they both do shit. They both relieve pain.
Yeah,
That's what they're designed to do. They're both meant.
I feel like massages are more medically sound.
That's highly debatable.
Chiropractic has a long history in cults and scams.
If I had a nickel for every time you two got into this exact conversation, I've had 2 nickels, but it's weird that it happened twice!
I'm just saying.
Sorry,
that there's a lot-
chiropractors are the subject of a lot of unpopular opinions.
I'm just what I'm saying is that they both. There's a lot of overlap in both practices.
Yeah,
and,
sure. Yeah, sure.
And it's just like, and both of them are essentially designed. Whatever their origins, both of them are essentially designed to do the same thing, and that's relieve tension, stress, and to reawaken muscle groups by giving them stimulation, and to essentially like use that to help relieve pain. It's never going to cure anything, but it's just, but like, yeah. I feel like massage therapists. I have to believe there's been some extremely pervy like massage therapists out there as well.
Oh sure.
I mean,
sure.
anybody who has a license to touch women all over, I guarantee you some of those people are going to be fucking gross. Just like how many pediatricians have been caught, doing that kind of shit.
Sure.
Yeah. But yes, I will say that yes, to some extent, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Unpopular opinion. People who bring their non-service animal dogs into restaurants, coffee shops, or stores are entitled asshats. As a general rule.
Oh my God, who the fuck cares?
If I say yes, will you go away?
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, is the pet causing you a problem personally? No, then shut up.
Yeah, but they can, though. I feel like it's a good policy to have, just because some people really suck at training their pets.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Unpopular opinion, sleeping with socks on is gross. How? What?
It's just whatever.
Let me open this for context. What is their argument here?
I mean, I personally don't, but I'm not going to act like people who do.
If you sleep with the same socks you've had on the whole day, you're bringing all the dirt in them to your bed. If you change to clean socks before bed and sleep them on, that's fine. What if I don't take a shower before bed? Then I'm bringing dirt in anyway.
Yep.
So the socks are irrelevant.
So fuck you.
Yeah, you're dumb and stupid and dumb. And stupid. That's dumb. Anyway, unpopular opinion: the Myers-Briggs test is astrology for secular people. I would argue astrology is astrology for secular people, but I get your point.
Yeah.
Astrology is not particularly religious yet.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: Steve Jobs was incredibly overrated and a piece of shit. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He is a supremely. Basically, yes. He knows exactly what he wants, but he lost his humanity a long time ago, and basically resorts to whipping his workers like racehorses.
You're aware he's dead, right?
Well, sure, yeah. But no, just to give you an example.
The ghost of Steve Jobs continues to loom over Apple to this very day.
Didn't we even talk about his dilapidated deceased penis a while back?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's non-existent anymore. It's rotted off. Anyway,
sure.
No,
yeah,
my whole thing with Steve Jobs is this. Just look at the development of the iPhone. And look how many of his workers were either fired because he pit them in competitions versus them where only the winning idea succeeded and everyone else was fired as the incentive. And then look how many marriages due to the open, because the workers were literally, and the techs were literally never. Something like 30 people at Apple got divorced during the development of the iPhone because that's how fucking inhumane the working conditions were thanks to Jobs. And it was 100% Jobs.
Yeah.
So yes, he is a piece of shit. A visionary, but a piece of shit. And frankly, so was Roman Polanski. So you could be both.
Yeah. They should make out.
In hell.
Unpopular opinion: making kids invite their entire class to their birthday is stupid. I'm gonna be with you. That's more for the parents' benefit.
Yeah.
We want to get together It's a convenient excuse for parents to get together. Let's be real.
Oh yeah,
it's also for young kids. It's also a convenient cover if the kid hasn't made a lot of close friends. So like it's sort of just like a general sort of you don't want them.
It's a meet and greet. It's a social.
Yeah. It's a
literal ice cream social for your kid.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, not stupid, normal even.
Yep.
I mean, if they don't want it, sure, but if they don't care, and they probably won't because they're 6, then yeah, it's fine. Unpopular opinion: vinyl is a terrible music format by almost every measurable metric, and people only like it because it's old. I think you only think that because you're 12. But that's just me.
Well, I mean, there's a reason we've moved on to digital.
Sure. No. I don't see it in my mind. I don't see it as a vinyl versus digital thing. I think they feel very different needs.
Yeah. I would agree. There is some palpable nostalgia and some interesting experience to be had by purchasing and listening to music on vinyl.
Sure. Yeah,
but if you're just talking, yeah.
But I also think that if you're going to collect physical media for music, then I think vinyl has won out. It has a certain quality that other later innovations don't really quite measure up to. It's very collectible as a whole culture around it, and the art and the design of the vinyl disc itself and the players and the specificities. It's a very premium way to enjoy music that you love. So I definitely think
it comes with the gorgeous, large-sized art usually on the box itself and on the sleeve itself.
Yeah,
it's very displayable and stuff. So, but yeah, as far as collectible media goes, it's fine. Also, records have proven to last the test of time, where CDs are just very fragile.
Every physical medium that came after CDs, tapes, whatever, they all have
higher fidelity, but super fragile and super easy to screw up.
Yeah.
So take care of vinyl; it'll last a good while. Let's see here,
and then be used as menus for your as the backing to menus at your local sports bar. It'd be great.
Yep.
I don't know who these people. No, I don't. What is unpopular opinion? The heels of the bread are the best part. Who calls them heels?
It's called a heel.
What?
No.
What? No.
What?
What?
Y'all don't call it
No.
Okay. Guess my family was weird then. Okay, whatever.
Are you Are you user ragamuffin dangles?
Ew, no.
Okay, because I've never met anyone in my life who calls bread heels. Say that 5 times and tell me it doesn't sound stupid.
I mean, it's a weird thing to call it. I always personally called it the ends. But
yeah, normal people do.
Yeah, normal people just call it the ends of the bread.
Yeah, but my family called them
end piece.
Heels. It's just, yeah. Anyway, no, OP is wrong.
Yeah, we've once again learned deeper secrets of Kevin's cursed lineage.
The
All right, move on. This is a lightning round. Let's go.
Yeah. Fucking, you're fucking slowing it down, Kevin.
Sorry.
Let's see here. Unpopular opinion: Skylar White gets an unnecessary amount of hate in Breaking Bad. I'll tell you why. It's because she interrupts the fantasy of crime for drama, which is a necessary role. It's necessary for storytelling, but it's like if you're playing GTA and every 10 minutes someone interrupts you about the ethics of your actions.
Right.
Like, you're necessary for the narrative. You're kind of being a killjoy here.
Yeah.
That's basically the extent of it. A popular opinion: I hate crop tops. They're fine.
They're fine. They're all right.
They're fine if you're fit. If you're fat, stop wearing crop tops.
Yeah.
Please. This is a public service announcement. We're begging you.
Please
stop. Flat tummies only. Final destination: no items. No, not that one. I have nothing to say about that one. Unpopular opinion: as someone who doesn't really like spicy food, jalapenos aren't really that spicy.
They're really not.
I've never eaten just
jalapenos are not actually that spicy. I've eaten them I've eaten slices just raw, and they're perfectly pleasant that way.
Yeah,
I don't really eat peppers, so
they got a little bit of a little thing there, but like not much.
Sure. Unpopular opinion: Sam Smith's Unholy defines a horrible genre of music. You could have just wrote Sam Smith defines a horrible genre of music, and that would have been perfectly accurate. Yes, unpopular opinion agreed with. I'm not even sure it's unpopular. Well, I guess it is. Sam Smith makes money, so I guess. Unpopular opinion: racing style office chairs are overpriced and uncomfortable. Yes. Get a normal fucking office chair. It'll do you.
Yep.
It'll do
100%.
you well.
Yep.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: rougher towels are superior to fluffy towels. Yes, because they retain water. They get water off the abrasive surface.
Yeah,
water
like
tension.
I've tried to use fluffy towels to dry off, and it just smears.
We have some of those. We have like fluffy hand towels, and even just for hands, it fucking sucks.
It does.
Like,
just get a regular fucking towel. Fuck.
It sucks at its primary purpose of getting water off of flesh.
Yep.
It's an invention by and for white women. Let's be real.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: believing in Bigfoot is very reasonable compared to most unproven beliefs. You know, in the grand scheme of unproven beliefs, sure.
Sure. You still look weird, though.
Sure. I mean, you know, I believe in Bigfoot. I think he's out there. I think they're out there. You know, I think there's something to
There's
it.
a possibility.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: mushrooms are vile.
Unpopular opinion received and rejected. Go fuck yourself.
I just wanted to say that because it's mushrooms are vile. Unpopular opinion: Microsoft Edge is a damn good browser. Yeah, but if you're only going to use one, it's not going to be your first pick.
Yeah.
That's the problem Microsoft Edge has, is that sure, it's a good browser, but nobody uses multiple browsers.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be one that has some feature or does something better that you like more. Or it's just cooler than telling people you use Microsoft Edge. Anyway. Unpopular opinion: mechanical keyboards are worse than your average membrane keyboard. I don't have a super strong opinion on that.
Yeah, no, me neither. It's kind of whatever. Like, just use the keyboard that you want to use that feels comfortable to you. Fuck it.
Unpopular opinion: sipping water from a public sink is no more dangerous than drinking from a public water fountain and should be normalized. I agree.
Yeah.
I just don't drink public water anymore.
I mean, that's also valid.
Yeah. Unpopular. I always love when niche things find their way on the subreddit. Unpopular opinion: Taiga's relationships in Patrol ruined Toradora. I'm not getting into that right now. Thank you for dropping weeb shit on a fucking main pop subreddit, but I'm not getting into that right now. No, by the way.
No.
Unpopular opinion: egg prices are too dang high, and this is a good time to find other breakfast items. The flu will end eventually. Everyone calm the fuck down.
Also, try...
Evan, you're not calming down enough. Calm down.
Also, try hitting up your local
Evan,
fucking...
Calm down.
I am perfectly calm.
You are not calm. You're very riled up right now.
I'm just saying, try hitting up your local dollar.
Calm. Calm.
Perfectly calm.
The joke was that I was trying to make you less calm by insisting that you should be calm. This was the joke. And this has been the Baka Gaijin Show.
Yeah!
Thank you for listening. If you want to be a part of the show, you can email us at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com with your comments, questions, concerns, topic suggestions, sexy fan art, whatever the fuck you want. And you can also join our Discord server with the link provided below. And if that's not enough for you, and it never is. You ravenous consumers. Subscribe for more episodes and other videos that I make and shit like that. And you can follow us on Twitter at ZekeFreak, at CCharmanderK, and at Saradin Sedranor for all of our thoughts about fucking everything. It's just a 24/7 direct connection from our brain to your eyes. If that's what you want. And we'll see you next time on the Bakagaijinshow. Stay tuned. ZekeFreak out. Ciao, ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes